fashionably late, but not too late, but the Hafeman style late, just a few minutes. This is what you get, though, when you have one. We're going to say who's who here. We're not going to say it. But when you have one brother who wants some structure and likes to plan at least a little bit, and the other one who's winging it, chicken winging it pretty much every minute of his life. So we had to talk just a little bit. Hey, guess what? I got one of my beers from Andrew. Part of my holiday gift was beers, all these different beers I didn't know of. This one is Microphone Brewing out of Illinois and Elk Grove, Illinois, to be exact. And this one's called Microphone Chick 1.2, double dry hopped, double IPA. Let's give it a whirl. All right, what do you got? Water, H2O, squirt,
Sundrop.
Sundrop. Once upon a time was a good NASCAR team. I don't know if it's still good in NASCAR. I don't really watch NASCAR, but smells pretty hoppy. Woo! Gonna be a good one. Okay, Packers win, Ben. They're in the playoffs. Everybody thought this was happening. How many weeks ago? You gave up on them. I never lost faith. I never gave up on this.
I didn't give up on them.
Okay. You lost faith.
I was angry.
Okay.
Because Bruin Gutekunst traded away my favorite guy.
That's fair.
And we're going to find out in the playoffs how that's going to affect us. But we'll get to that later.
What? We have like top cornerback in the league. Did we just stick him on CD Lamb all game long, right? Isn't that what we're going to do?
Are we going to start there? Is that what we're starting?
No, we're not going to start there.
Let's start positive. What are we doing?
We'll get there, though. We'll get there. We'll say some truth saying. We
made the playoffs.
And we always tell people what's going to happen in advance. And news of the week, news of overshadowing, trying to overshadow everything like he always does. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the old Aaron who used to be on the team just a little bit.
Let's make it fast because I don't don't care what he does.
I know, and I'm really glad we don't have to listen to him. Did you happen to see his Jets end of the season press conference, or at least part of that?
I don't. I haven't watched a single Aaron Rodgers thing all season. It's been amazing.
But I watched Rich Eisen talk about it, who is a Jets fan.
Okay, I did see that. And Rich Eisen is the delusional moron when it comes to that.
But he's calling him out on his hypocrisy.
Not really.
A little bit.
Not as hard as he should have.
No, but at least a little bit. Because Aaron Rodgers, talking about everything that's not about winning. We got to get the BS out of the building. Everything.
Well, then get him out of the building. You get him out of the building, you get the BS out of the building.
Everything.
That's what we did.
Thank you. See, now, isn't this
we got the BS out of the building. That's the one good thing that Bruin Gutekunst did was finally. Yeah. Now, he decided to give him $150 million with $100 million guaranteed the year before he decided to finally get some balls and trade his ass. But that's besides the point. Should have done it the year before. Along with Devontae, traded them both and ended it. Traded him to Denver. We would have got 3 first-round picks because Denver was stupid. And look at Denver really now. They're giving up on Russell Wilson already after 2 years. So it's a big, huge, freaking hairy disaster that we could have had all their picks on a terrible team. Now, what do we have? We have the Bills' late round or late third-round pick because guess what? Since Rasul's been there, he's got 4 picks, 2 touchdowns, 2 fumbles caused, 1 fumble recovery, a whole bunch of passes defensed, and awesome guy. Yeah. What do we have since that? He has more interceptions and fumble recoveries.
Has more turnovers, caused than
the Packers during that whole time by like 3 because we have 2, I think.
Yeah,
that's
Packers
just pathetic.
Can't get any interceptions. It's weird.
Well, you have to be aggressive and actually move to the ball to do that.
That's true.
But we're not. I want to be positive. We're in the playoffs. Let's go.
We're in the playoffs. 9-8. Did you think this would happen?
We gotta play my clip now. Play my clip now.
You
just do it now. We're gonna wait till the end, but you keep bringing it up over and over and over that they're in the playoffs. So guess what? Now we have to play the clip now.
That's because we're excited about it. I'm excited.
Well, then play the clip now.
All right. Well, back in a long time
ruin the show right away. Like you said, one of us wants a plan. One of us wants to actually figure things out and make it a good show. The other one who is a journalism major just says like, what the crap?
Well, I liked you when you had this nice haircut.
Yes, I got the same shirt on and everything. That's how much. Because back then, that was the first. I just got it in the mail and I wore it the first day. This is the same. I got this shirt. I bought it off. Because Sarah sent me a text saying, "Hey, guess what? Packer crap on NFL.com is 25% off or some crap." So I bought a bunch of it.
You are consistent. You are consistent. But back a long time ago, before the season even started, it was the Packers-Bears week before week 1, and the Hafeman Bros debate by Raider Rick. And it was
a great show, by the way. I listened to the whole thing today.
Was it good?
Great show.
You
One of our better shows. It was a great show. People need to go back and listen to it when the season's all done. Not now.
Go back to the start.
Go back, like when the whatever that happens, it's the end of the Packers, which hopefully happen like a month from now.
Yeah.
But whatever. Just go back and listen to that show. It's really good. Usually our debate shows are the best because we don't talk as long. Because because Rick's like, shut up and get to the next thing. So that's good. We need Rick sometimes to tell us to shut up.
That's fair. We'll get him on again soon as the Packers make their way through the playoffs. But here's what you said way back in early September.
And the fact that this team has to rely on those guys, we don't know if they're going to be great. We don't know if they're going to be scary. We know they're going to be exciting and fast and aggressive, but I think they'll screw up. And the sad part is there'll be plays where Jordan Love throws the ball perfect and a guy drops it. Then there'll be plays where the guys get wide open and Jordan Love misses the throw.
Ooh.
And I think the offense is going to struggle quite a bit, especially early on, unless these guys can pick up their game on catching the ball, because they're not proven that they can do it that great. So I've actually tempered it down. I think they're going to be 9-7 or 9-8, 9-8. And I think there's just going to be some games where Anders Carlson misses a field goal or something when they needed it. I didn't know it was going to be extra points. Jordan Love is going to miss a throw when they need it. Christian Watson's going to be wide open deep and he's going to drop it. Yep. These things are going to happen because they've proven to have happened already. Just wait. And they don't have the team at this point and the experience to make up for those mistakes. And they'll be one game better than last year.
Too much.
No, it's not about Jason Wilde. It's not about Jason Wilde because I honestly don't think, at least these guys, when they catch the ball, they'll make a play. I would rather see all of these young guys than any of the old guys we've lost. We've already gone over that. But I just say that I'm concerned, and I think that there will be some bumps in the road, but I still think they'll be 9-8, and they'll just squeak into the playoffs. So with like the seventh seed, and then then they'll be on a upswing at that point. Like I think they'll win some games at the end and really come together. And next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Maybe they'll make it, win a couple playoff games. That'd be pretty cool. Nostradamus. I see the future. I know crap nobody else knows. Now, had I known Aaron Jones was going to miss so many games,
right?
They probably would have been more like what you said. You said they were going to have 11 wins, but still not win the division because you thought Detroit was going to have 13, which Detroit had 11. I said Detroit was going to have 11, so I was right about Detroit too. Once again, I'm a genius. I know everything. You were right about one thing, Jaden Reed. That's it.
I did expect. I mean, when I was making that prediction, I did expect Aaron Jones all season, and so
in your thing, you talked about Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, and you kept saying the defense is going to be top 10. Then you said they're going to be top 5. I listened to that freaking show again. I was like, wow, Jason was wrong about everything except for one thing. And I was right about everything except for one thing. And it just proved. And after we decided like who won the debate, and it was obvious it was me. I mean, Butter picked me. Rick picked me.
Butter.
The only one who didn't pick me was Mom because, Mom always writes down the middle there. And that's what she always did. So that's why she was the best. Because she made sure nobody got too much or too little. They always got the same. So that was the way Mom was. She was always like, nope, you guys are equal. And that's what she's, did in the show because she was still around yet at that point. But she would be excited with this team.
Heck yeah.
The fact that they were struggling big time.
Mm-hmm.
And so were we. It's kind of weird. Like the season went with us, right? The Packers won 2 out of 3 and things are going pretty good. And then we lost Mom. And then the team lost 4 in a row. They lost 1, and then they won 1. Then they lost a crap ton, and they were all messed up just like us. And it took them a while to turn it around and figure it out. And then they looked great against good teams, and then lost to Tommy DeVito because the defensive line couldn't freaking hold their, pass rush lanes because they were trying to beat the guy in front of you, make a play like dum-dums. And that's why I want to show a video later about the sacks that we had this week against Justin Fields and how much better the defensive line played together and kept their rush lanes honest. Oh my God, so much better. If they would have played that against the Giants, they would have creamed the crap out of them. But they didn't. And that's why, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I was right. I called it.
Well, it also goes, based on everything you just said, it just goes to show you that's why you need both of us. Because you can be right about like a bunch of the things, and I'll be right about one thing.
Yeah. You're usually right about one thing.
But that one thing.
You were right about Jair. I was right about Aaron Rodgers. And a bunch of other stuff.
And David Bakhtiari. And
by the way, didn't David Bakhtiari apparently sent to Instagram about, oh, good luck to my guys? Or isn't that the guy who said they're gonna suck before the season started? Isn't that the guy who played one game and then, I played the entire game, by the way, and then was too hurt to play anymore?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they're gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
And gave up on his guys, and now he's like, go for it, my guys.
Yeah.
But he's not even at the games. He's not on the sidelines.
Oh, I know. Not there. Nowhere to be found.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron Rodgers at least showed up when he was hurt a couple times.
Yeah, but that was for him.
No, I understand. But like Bakhtiari isn't even at the games.
Yeah.
Because he don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And the Packers, and so he's been stealing money. Like, I don't want to get into all that. We're talking about the good stuff, which is this team is good.
I love this team.
And the young guys, this is a bunch of awesome dudes playing together, except for like one or two stinky farts.
Yep.
And we got to get rid of those stinky farts next year, but we won't get rid of one because he's too expensive to get rid of. But the other ones, maybe we can get rid of them. And even some of the guys who we give crap to, Kenny Clark, been playing a lot better lately.
Yeah.
But he always seems to play better in December. I think it's because everybody's slower and he's about the same. So it evens out.
That one play though, Carl Brooks took out 3 guys so he could get the sack.
Dude.
Now give him credit for
it wasn't just one play. Carl Brooks was the MVP of this game.
He's a monster.
Defense.
He was
I have the video to prove it.
I'm going to look forward to watching that. I just loved it because the thing I'll give Clark credit for is he took a nice tight turn on that twist, but Carl Brooks blew up 3 guys so he could get.
He looked like the Jets did against us last year. Remember when the Jets, like one guy would just crash the whole offensive line, and then all of a sudden there'd be like 3 Jets in our face. Carl Brooks was doing that all game.
He's like Mike Daniels Jr.
He's playing like a madman, and I got to show you the video. But I mean,
I want Mike Daniels as a coach, and I want Lucas Patrick back as a coach for offensive line. That's what I want.
It'll be pretty good.
Did you happen, before we go on to the good stuff, did you happen to notice? Okay, I'm going to tell you this because I paid attention to Bears stuff because of LP, right? Then all of a sudden Lucas Patrick gets hurt and is out in the game.
That sucked.
With a calf injury on Friday, and then he's placed on IR right away. I don't know what that all meant. Excuse me. I think maybe the Bears knew his contract was up. The Bears knew they weren't going to sign him back, but they had the Feeney guy under contract, and they're like, we got to figure out if this guy can play, so we're going to play him in this game. So, sorry, Lucas, you get the game off. You won't be back next year. See you later. But Tevin Jenkins is a guy. I went back and watched some of our pre-draft stuff. Tevin Jenkins is a guy that you were high on, and
I thought he was going to be good. I thought he was going to be. Well, I had him at tackle, not at guard.
Right, but a lot of people thought he was going to be a really good player to draft. Offensive line is, bring him in the league.
Yeah, I thought
he struggled. He struggled to tackle so much so that the Bears moved him. Actually, he got benched. Then he got back in the rotation last year after Lucas got hurt, and then he was a starter this year. And I watched some Bears games early on, and he looked okay. And then, I didn't watch like whole games or whatever, but I saw parts of games, and then I saw parts of games later in the season as Lucas was the center playing beside him for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. And he actually looked pretty damn good. He actually looked tougher, like more physical, like more, just with more play, with more attitude and presence. And then I watched then I looked at PFF grades because I was like PFF and offensive line. They had him rated at like a 76 grade on the season before this last game against the Packers. Tevin Jenkins, which I was like, and Lucas was like a 51 or whatever, according to those guys. I'm like, okay, yeah, they know how to grade offensive line. Anyway, if you watch,
John Runyon was our highest graded offensive lineman in this game, by the way.
Oh my God. If you watch Tevin Jenkins in the game, he got destroyed by everybody.
Devontae Wyatt, Carl Brooks, even Kenny Clark one time.
Everybody. And I'm not going to say, I don't know for sure, But I do know Lucas was a tone setter and a leader for the Bears, and he looked like he had those offensive linemen playing more physical and with more edge and attitude. In this game, they played like a bunch of pansies, and they got their butts
Hey,
whipped by the
but we'll
Packers.
take it. That's great.
I know. I'm just saying. That was
That's
noticeable
great.
to me. The other thing that was noticeable to me was how all these dudes, like we talked about it, all these young guys, all these young pass catchers, just keep making plays.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep, and like you said in that clip, these guys are going to do something with the ball. Would you
Especially
ever?
Wicks and Reed.
Would the thing that you have to remember, everybody, is this never would have been possible if we had kept Aaron Rodgers as our quarterback.
No way.
Never. So not only do you move way to give a young guy a chance to play quarterback, who's played pretty good and had a nice season, a really nice season, better than Aaron Rodgers, bunch of Aaron Rodgers seasons, by the way, which also proved his statement of my down years are guys' career years. Also false, because Jordan Love's already got a career. His first year is better than a bunch of your down years, Aaron Rodgers, but whatever.
By the way, real quick note on our debate show.
Yeah.
When I was asked about Jordan Love's, what would be a good Jordan Love season?
Yeah.
I said I want to see over 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Talk about somebody who knows stuff.
Don't be complaining then.
Somebody knows stuff.
Don't be complaining about Jordan
I'm just
Love.
saying, I know a lot of stuff. It's me.
Oh, crap. Okay. But anyway, all these guys played well, and it wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't moved on from the big elephant, Aaron Rodgers. I'm so glad we did. And I'm so glad we don't have to deal with all his nonsense and him criticizing everybody and then thinking the rules don't apply to him and him demanding who's on the team and who knows what's all going to happen. But the only thing that didn't come true is Robert Saleh losing his job and becoming the D coordinator of the Jets. Or
that was my prediction.
But maybe Bill Belichick will come be the Packers D coordinator for you.
Bill Belichick won't be a Packers defense coordinator.
Mike Zimmer. I'm still holding out for Zimmer.
No.
All right. What are your thoughts about this game, bro? Give me some thoughts on this game. You got some video you want to play or anything else you want to say?
Well, if we're moving to video, then let's do that.
Let's talk about video. And my man Bo, who once again showed up, played his butt off, played awesome, and the Jaden Reed's big play. The Rock Report did a breakdown of Jaden Reed's big play, right?
Oh yeah.
And Bo Melton opened it all up for him because Bo Melton was going so hard.
Okay, well, I have that video, so let's talk about it later.
All right, good. I loved it.
If you want to talk about it, I'll tell you because my voice, obviously, I'm coming off being sick and I feel way better. I just sound like crap.
So, I don't think you sound like crap. Anyway, we talked about a lot of Tevin Jenkins getting his butt whipped and a bunch of guys getting some sacks. Yeah. Not Rashawn Gary, but other guys got some sacks, and you got some sacks here on the video. I pulled it up. Let's see what you got.
All right, here we go. We got sacks 1 and 2 in the game. Oh, wait, I didn't put it on. I gotta do one more thing real quick. Sorry about that, everybody. I got to change my speed of the play to half speed, or else sometimes it gets glitchy. And then I just looks like herky jerk crap. Okay.
Oh. David's here. David, how you doing? MC Shrimp is here as well. Says morning, y'all. Where are you?
Morning.
MC
Whoa.
Shrimp? David says nice to have our Packers back. MC Shrimp was at the game. At the game on Sunday. Flew over with his girlfriend. It was the first game ever. Nice. Had to drive back through the snowstorm. Ooh, that kind of stinks.
Yeah, that stinks.
Electric atmosphere, says MC Shrimp. Glad you had a good time at that one. MC Shrimp. David, how you doing? Wyatt checks in real quick too. LVN had the second best rookie year out of an edge rusher from this last draft, especially against the run. All right, Wyatt, we'll take your word for it. What do you got here, Ben? What am I looking at? Justin Fields.
This is the first sack, and if you're looking at it, we got guys coming into zones, and we're covering them. We're sort of getting on them here, and, Valentine looks like he's losing his stuff over here, but he's trying to get over there. And everybody's covering, and they're sending 5, which is helpful. And then, of course, Savage is way off like he always is. But that's fine. This is when you're playing man, you need a guy back there for this. When they play zone, they don't need guys way back like that. And speak of the Van Ness, there you go. So, and we'll see it from the other angle here as far as what happened. But a lot of it was Justin Fields is looking to this side instead of looking to this side. If he would have looked to the right, he would have had an easy pass.
This is
first of all, he gets a bad snap. So he looks up. I can only assume that based on his body and his head looking straight ahead means his eyes are looking this way.
So he's looking for equanimous EQ.
Well, I think Moore is on the top against Jair, but had he looked over here, I think because of the low snap, which because Lucas Patrick isn't in there, I think he originally was probably supposed to look here first, look to the right first, but because his timing was off with the snap being low, he immediately skipped his first two reads and went to this read over on this side. And as you know, whenever he misses a read, if the first read's not there, he kind of freaks out and takes off. Well, he doesn't take off in this one because let's look at this defensive line. Look at how they're all now. They're not winning, right? They're not winning, but they're holding there's no place for Fields to go. Quay Walker is being real smart. He's not rushing. I think he's supposed to like pretend like he's rushing to hold off the left guard and then play spy, right? So he moves forward to make sure the guard stays put so everybody else has one-on-ones, and then he backs up and waits to see what Fields is going to do. So because he's clean right now, he could easily go whichever way Fields is going. And as you look here, everybody else, TJ Slayton, Kenny Clark, they're closing the pocket. Now, Kingsley, I don't know if he's going to try to do some crazy maneuver because he sees Fields going that way. Maybe he's going to try to go all the way around. But Van Ness here holds his spot, gets off the block, sits on Fields. And it's all because guys kept their rush integrity. They did not go crazy. They did not try to beat the guy in front of them with a quick move and anything like that.
There was no Rashawn Gary in on that play. Is that a coincidence? Or does he do a good job in this game too?
He was okay.
Okay.
This is a run play where Fields keeps the ball. But it's the same type of thing. So on this play, they try to block Gary with number 14, a tiny little white receiver, and he still falls to the ground, unfortunately. But luckily for us, Devontae Wyatt's really fast and good. So when Fields comes back this way, you got Devontae Wyatt, you got Kenny Clark in the mix here, and you got Preston coming around the back. Oh, that's not Kenny Clark. That's TJ Slayton. And because of all these bodies in the way, there's no place for Fields to go. And then Gary keeps his feet and gets to play defensive. Well, it's not a sack, but it's a tackle for loss because it was a running play.
Yeah, we'll take it. Pause this for a second. We got a couple of quick comments to throw up here. I'll throw them at you.
Sure, let's do it.
MC Shrimp says, one thing my friends were asking is if the refs were wearing Packer shirts underneath, because there were no calls on Fields from the stands. I can't really comment on that. What do you guys think? Wyatt says, Shrimp, if you're asking if the calls favor the Packers, that's a no. And he brings up some examples.
What does he mean, no call Fields if they're wearing Packer shirts? Does that mean
I don't know, maybe
when
like
he ran and maybe a guy hit him?
Yeah, that's probably what he's talking about.
When you're a runner, you're a runner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this game to me, I didn't notice any egregious officiating. Bo Melton's catch was not necessarily a catch.
Wasn't a catch.
He just didn't have it. I wish he did, but he didn't. I mean, he made a great attempt. If he had a little more space in the back of the end zone and could have rolled to his knees and feet, controlling the ball, he would have had it, but he was already out of bounds there. So
I have that play to show later, so we'll talk about it if you want to show it. But
yeah, no, that's fair.
It's part of my love issues.
I mean, a better throw would have helped, but he went up and tried to make the play. He made a bunch of other plays, so I'm not going to give him a hard time for that.
The ball should have never went to him.
Well, probably not, but he is Bo Melton.
Based on the film, it should have never went to him.
And then, there weren't any noticeable things against the Bears in this game that went against the Bears. I didn't see that.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah. And I love the fact there were no penalties for forever and only 2 penalties or 3 penalties in the whole game. Yeah. That was great.
But Justin Fields started 8 out of 9 passing, which is not good.
He started 8 out of 9, and then he only finished 11 for 16 or something?
Yes. He only completed 3 passes in the whole second half.
And the Bears are going to keep that guy?
I guess. Are we done? Can we show some more video now?
Go for video.
Thank you. I just want to keep it rolling because we don't have a lot of time. Here's sack number 2 of the game. I don't remember what happens, but what we want to do is watch the coverage first, because a lot of times you want to see, well, what exactly happened on this play, right? Look at that. Now we're sending 6 dudes. That's craziness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We send 6 guys, and they keep a bunch of guys in the block. So there's only 2 guys there's 3 guys in the route up on this side.
They're all right next to each other. That's brilliant.
Well, you know what? I want to go back a little bit. I remember this now. Let's talk about something real quick. Here's the part I like the best about this play. When you watch this, because this guy's going in motion, you're going to see Valentine come in motion. So it's telling Fields that it's man coverage, right? Now watch this up here. Watch Jair, Keyshawn, and Valentine. They're all talking to each other about how they're going to cover this. Watch. See that? That's why this play was a sack, because they're all talking to each other about what needs to happen. And when the ball snaps, we're not going to worry about what happens down the defensive line. Let's just watch these 3 corners, and we'll find out why there was no place to go with the ball. So Keyshawn takes the slot. Now, this was the guy who lined up completely into the slot, right, where Valentine would have been. But because these guys communicated, they were like, okay, Nixon, you take the guy who goes to the slot. Valentine's taking the guy who cuts to the inside, and Jair takes the guy who goes to the outside. So on this play, Moore is going to be covered by 37. 13 is covered by Jair. So right now, Fields is back. He looks at it. He's only got 3 guys in the route. He could maybe throw it here, but it'd be a really tough angled throw. So he's waiting and hoping that we're going to get somebody fooled and tricked, and maybe 13 gets open over here, or this guy goes deep. But as you watch the corners, Jair stays with 13. Valentine is going deep, and Savage comes in kind of like a hole, which is totally weird. Usually Savage is sitting around back here doing nothing, especially against the man coverage, right? But he's coming in because they know they got to worry about the run, about Justin Fields running the ball. So we still got coverage on this man coverage. And, of course, Owens is down here, which seems like he's doing nothing, but he's worried about Fields sneaking out or any other receivers sneaking out here. These guys have responsibilities. That's the other reason why Savage isn't super deep, right? They blitz 6 guys, so every one of these guys, these defensive backs, has somebody they're supposed to be covering right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, these, like Savage, can't go back. So as soon as he sees this guy stay in the block, he moves forward. But by moving forward, he also gets in the passing lane here. And everybody's covered. And it works great.
And Tevin Jenkins is already whipped.
And Tevin Jenkins got whipped so fast, like there was no way for anything to work. But why did that work? Well, number 1, Devontae Wyatt's awesome. He's been playing great, which we're going to watch right now. He's lined up right here on the bottom screen going against Tevin Jenkins. He's going to just school his ass. But the reason why he can do that is because the corners talked about it. They played man coverage. They worked together.
Ugh,
and then Devontae gets in there and gets the sack. So you're talking, that's kind of a coverage sack, and even though we blitzed 6 guys, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It worked because we played man coverage and we blanketed and there was no place for Love to go with, or Fields to go with the ball. God, I keep calling Love. You got to stop doing that. For Fields to go with the ball. And because there was no place for him to go with the ball, that gave our guy Wyatt enough time to get there, right? He beat Jenkins solid. And there should have been a free rusher, but they kept 2 guys in to help block, right?
Yep.
So that was beautiful. Any comments on that other than what I said?
Those things work together. I like it when the coverage and the rush work together. That makes sense.
This is stuff Joe Barry doesn't usually do. Sending 6 guys and like that's a 0 blitz. Like it looks like there's a safeties free, but that's because they kept guys in. That's the thing where, like, if you get beat, you get beat. Which means they're not afraid of Justin Fields throwing the ball, obviously, right? They don't think he's accurate enough to throw an accurate pass when guys are covered. So that's good news. Now, the next bunch of plays this is my silent but deadly player of the game, because nobody's talking about how awesome he was.
Well, hold on.
I mean, I know he had a sack and all that, and everybody talks about his sacks, but he did more than he was crazy.
Yeah.
What are you holding on about?
Well,
you got some comments from anybody about those 2 plays? No,
not yet.
Okay.
And now it's time for the Hafeman Bros silent but deadly player of the week.
All right. For you, that is.
I don't know if I probably spelled his name wrong, but it's Carl Brooks.
No, that's right. Carl Brooks.
You got to just watch these. I think I only got 4 or 5 plays on here, but they're just
see it.
He's just crazy, man. This is taking forever. Sorry about that, because I made it slower, and apparently I made this Brooks breakdown way quicker than it is. All right, where is he? He's over here. Okay. Sorry, let's go back one time.
He's by Tevin Jenkins again.
He's by Tevin Jenkins, but this is Carl Brooks being smart. So this isn't him going crazy and like blowing crap up. This is going to be a screen pass. He gets blocked by both the left tackle and the left guard. And then he reads the screen and makes the tackle right away. How many times do you see a Packer defensive lineman do that? Never.
Not nearly enough.
Not since Kingsley Kiki. Look at that. Brooks reads it before he even throws the ball.
That's the way to do it.
Shoestring tackles him. That was an awesome play.
That is the way to do it.
Now, this is the big sack. Carl Brooks is lined up here. Second from the top of the screen next to Preston. And he's just going to crash into all these dudes and just run right into them. And then Kenny Clark's going to sneak around and get the sack. So Carl Brooks doesn't get the stat, but he makes the play. Look at this. And I got it from the other angle, too, so you can see more of what's going on. But Kenny Clark gets the sack there, but Carl Brooks made that play. Because he takes out left guard, center, and right guard all on this one pass rush.
Love it.
So first of all, the first play, he shows he's smart. Second play, he shows he's aggressive. And it's okay if Kenny Clark is the beneficiary of that. Now, next time, I like to see Kenny Clark do something like that so that Carl Brooks can swing around and make a play, right?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. On this one, Kenny Clark's lined up at nose tackle, and Carl Brooks is lined up next to him. And then you got Gary. And then on the bottom, you got Quay Walker over here. This is a crazy lineup. And Preston Smith. And you're like, what is going on with all these crazy dudes? Like, you got the 2 D tackles are all basically in the same spot. And Tevin Jenkins doesn't even have a big guy on top of him, right? He's got Quay Walker on top of him. But this is another Carl Brooks play. Now, from that angle, it doesn't look that great. It looks like he got double teamed. He didn't do much penetration, but he did push 2 guys past him, right? But from this angle, you're going to see just how crazy Carl Brooks is on this play.
So he's
lined up right here over 58, over the right guard. He's going to crash inside, okay, which takes 65 out of it. And Kenny Clark moved that way. Everybody's moving that way. Now, Kenny's getting beat up by this backup center.
Dan Feeney.
Yeah, he's not good. And you're going to see Carl Brooks beat his guy. Now, Kenny Clark's guy blocks him, and Kenny Clark's got a free spot to him, right?
Yep.
But it's Kenny Clark, so he doesn't get there.
Gary and Preston both got moves going.
Preston misses the tackle, and now you got 2 guys sandwiching Carl Brooks here, and you're like, uh-oh, this could be bad news. He could get blocked, and then Justin Fields is going to get away. Now, luckily, Quay's here for watching him, or what do they call that? Crap. I'm an idiot. I lost my brain. Hi. Oh, my God. Okay. But watch Carl Brooks. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's got 2 guys around him, and he's like, I don't care. I'm going to grab him. Now, he should have hung on to him. He kind of misses him, but he's getting held from behind. And this play is all Carl Brooks because his ability to run into Kenny Clark's guy allowed Kenny Clark to run around. And even though Preston missed it, because Carl Brooks ran all the way from one side to the other side, he was there to stop Justin Fields from getting away. And then he had to spit out of Carl Brooks. And then Quay Walker's there. So it's like everybody working together. But Carl Brooks was the guy who did the most craziness on that play. Because everybody else kind of stayed where they were or in their pass lane. And Carl Brooks was like everywhere. And that's why at the end here, Carl Brooks is pointing to the sky because he's like, I'm the man. Because he knows it.
Hell yeah. Mike Daniels Jr.
He's not going to get any accolades for that. And in this play, he decides to do his own Devontae Wyatt play, except he's way faster than Devontae Wyatt.
He used to be on Tevin Jenkins?
Yep. He finally got to get the Devontae Wyatt assignment of Tevin Jenkins pass rush. And he beats it to the inside, which was way faster than Devontae Wyatt's was. That's just straight up beat your ass. Carl Brooks. And that's why he is my silent but deadly player. Yeah, he had a cool sack, but a lot of his plays were like, I'm just going to mess crap up. I'm just going to run through and smack the crap out of everybody. And that's how you mess things up for everybody. And then if your corners are playing tight and the quarterback can't get the ball out right away, guess what? Now he's in trouble. The timing's off. His blockers are all screwed up because he took 3 of them out. And now you got 3 guys running around, and Justin Fields is freaking out. He's got nowhere to escape because there's guys laying on the ground and craziness everywhere. We need more guys like Carl Brooks.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know where this was. I don't know if he played like this all year. I haven't seen it on tape. This is the first time I've seen Carl Brooks play crazy like this. So it's exciting. Let's hope he can keep it up next week against Dak and the Cowboys.
Carl Brooks, silent but deadly from Bent. That's well deserved. I mean, damn, that's impressive, man. I think he's definitely flashed. He's definitely had moments. I don't know that he got as many opportunities or snaps in other games as he did. He seemed to get a lot of snaps in this game. But the other problem is when you watch the game, you have dumb broadcasters who he makes that play and then they're like, Kenny Clark.
Oh, yeah, who didn't do shit. Yeah. I mean, well, he did something, but
He tackled Justin Fields. He made the sack.
You got him.
I get it. But they don't that's their job. Like these guys analyze football. Everyone watching the TV can see Kenny Clark made the sack. Okay. Tell me what happened on the play. That's your job. And when they don't, it's annoying, especially when, the color analyst is a former player who should know this crap.
Tony Romo doesn't know all the stuff. He knows offensive stuff.
Come
He don't know
on.
defense.
And Jim Nantz, when you're supposed to be a legendary broadcaster, like, come on, man.
Jim Nantz is better
Come
at
on,
golf.
Jim Nantz. What's up?
Jim Nantz is better at golf. You got a child behind you. There you go.
He's going to bed. He's got school tomorrow. Anyway, it annoys me because, I wasn't that good of a broadcaster, especially for football, but I would have at least tried to say tell people what happened.
Well, see, that's what I did when we were doing back in the day, and I was the color guy and you were the play-by-play guy. I knew you were going to tell them what happened on where the ball goes. You follow the ball. So I would watch away from the ball. And then I would say, hey, look at this. This happened because this guy did something crazy over here. Or on that play, this happened and set the, usually we did basketball. So I was like, this guy set the pick so that guy could get around and make the play and blah, blah, blah. So it's good stuff.
We got a couple of comments here. Wildman's here. Wildman, good evening, boys. Hey, Dad.
What's up, dude? Love ya.
MC Shrimp.
I'm feeling better, dude. Just so you know. I hope you're not. Did anybody get sick from me this weekend?
I hope not.
Are you guys good?
I didn't yet, as far as I know. D-line played really good at angles, and their handwork was really good. That's true, MC Shrimp. Appreciate that. David says we need that against Dallas.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. Now I expect, them to score a few more points than the Bears did. That's just what we should all probably expect. MC Shrimp says, my concern is that if they play Dallas and they get hit in the mouth and they start questioning what they've been doing and go in their shell and get shy and don't be so aggressive. He wants them to keep being bullies. Well, MC, that's the one thing, I guess, is pressure's off for this Packer team. Really. You got a bunch of young dudes. You're the 7th seed. You're going to Dallas. What the hell? Just go play, And
Yeah,
one thing Matt LaFleur commented on in one of his press conferences, we can't remember which one, was saying that, someone asked him, I think it was Wildy was asking him, like, well, how do you get these guys, blah, 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 to be ready for the playoff atmosphere? And do you think any of them would be tight or whatever? And he's like, no, I don't think so. So, and why would they, right? No, most people, some people thought they'd make the playoffs, but a lot of people didn't expect a lot from them, including their original starting left tackle, apparently. And so whatever, you played and you had all these key guys missing throughout the whole season, which is where when they had Aaron Jones all year, I thought they'd win 11 games, but without him, I didn't. And it's like, hey, now you got a young, fresh, well, not young, but you got a fresh Aaron Jones. You got all these things starting to come together. You got all these young guys who played a bunch of snaps who weren't supposed to play for you. They're making plays. They're feeling good. Jordan Love's throwing to everybody. which is refreshing.
Yeah.
And the offensive line is in better shape than it was, doing a little better. So it's just flipped in terms of you don't expect the defense to carry the team. The offense has to carry the team still, and the defense hopefully makes a couple stops. But why not? Why can't you beat Dallas? Mike McCarthy's got a great track record of screwing stuff up for in games, right? He's got a great track record of that, making bad decisions that cost his team games. We know that all too well.
That's not nice.
Well, and we have a history of ruining Cowboys seasons in Dallas or wherever it is. So let's just, why not? Just go play, have fun.
We do.
What else you got, bro?
Well, since we were talking about Matt LaFleur and Mike McCarthy doing dumb stuff.
Okay.
I don't want to be too negative. I only got a couple bad plays here. I call this dumb love Fleur.
We gotta roll with the truth. On this show, we talk about everything.
Well,
good,
here's
bad,
the thing.
And negative.
Every show is talking about how great love is. So love is great. Like, we don't have to go into that. You've heard about it from everybody. You've seen the videos. I'm sure JT O'Sullivan has broken down the game and blah, 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 floop. So we don't need to show a bunch of love on here. That's good. I want to be realistic about things, though. He does have some problems. He was inaccurate a couple times. And you would think, how can he be inaccurate? We only missed 5 throws. I only had 5 incompletions, and 2 of them were touchdown passes that guys had their hands on and didn't come down with. And you're like, so he really only had 3 incompletions, right? And one of them was a pick, almost a pick, and Malik Heath got up there and broke the crap up, right? So you're talking, how could he be bad? Well, the reason why I say this is because they only scored 17 points. And yes, we had an Anderson, whatever the crap, Carlson missed field goal, which sucks. But we also had some dumb Love and dumb LaFleur at the end of the first half. So I just want to get into that on what happened on the 2 plays that were dumb by Love and LaFleur.
That's great. And I have a LaFleur quote that's interesting to follow up after that, so I'll play that after.
Good. Play it right away after I play the video.
One thing I wanted to say about that real quick is that with everything that's going on with Jordan Love, he's had a really nice season. Everyone can see that. See how he's progressed. But a couple of those big plays that happened in the game were very close calls. Very close calls where the ball barely got there in time. So
like I don't know what his arm looked weak on a couple of those passes. And they were both to Wicks, where Wicks had to sit there and wait. He was wide open for a million years before the ball got there.
And the Cowboys have an attacking defense and D-backs. Guys got 9 picks. Bland is having a crazy season with 9 picks. Like those close calls could come out differently this week. But anyway,
especially with Al Harris as your D-back coach.
And it's not a slower field being outside and all that, So Jordan Love's going to have to get the ball there on time a little bit more in some of those cases, but it worked this week. So just to point that that's kind of a reality check. The speed's going to have to be different indoors in a controlled environment in Dallas. So, all right, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Normally, I think Jordan Love does a really good job of reading the defense after the snap. I think what happened on that first almost interception play. So, okay, I almost jumped the gun there, but you can see here. Originally, if you look at the top of the screen or on all the way to the left, there's a guy running backwards at the 10-yard line, sort of. He was originally lined up here on Jaden Reed. So it looked like it was man coverage here, man coverage here, man coverage here. And then this is at the end of the game, so they're playing a little far off, right? So you can see that. And at the top of the screen, where they had, it looks like Josiah DeGuara or a tight end or somebody over here, and another guy, receiver here. They had the safety deep on this side at the start of the play. I'll go back a little bit so you can see what it looks like. All right, he's already running backwards, but he started up here, right, with everybody else. So before the snap, it looks to Love like, hey, I can get somebody deep over here. Because Malik Heath is going to run this route that kind of is, like the Devontae Adams play, where he starts in the slot and then he goes to the pylon, right, for the end zone. And then, of course, you got Patrick Taylor lined up down here, so he's going to just do like a little comeback route, which is supposed to hold, like if they're playing man, is supposed to hold this corner so that Malik Heath could just beat this guy and get to there, and it'll be one-on-one. And it looked like it was going to be Malik Heath against this guy one-on-one because this guy was lined up in front of Jaden Reed. But as soon as the ball snapped, the guy who was lined up in front of Jaden Reed jumps back, and it turns into cover 2.
Mm.
And Jordan Love never looks to the other side of the field, which is a shame. And you'll see why it's a shame in a second here. As you see, Wicks is here, and look, it's the same play. Top of screen, your tight end does your 3-yard route and come back. Taylor does 3-yard route and come back. And if you're looking at the corners, look at their back here to the sidelines. Same thing to the top. They switched from a man look. It turns into cover 2, almost like a cover 4, but it's mostly cover 2 deep with the middle. So this is probably Tampa 2 because the linebacker jumped out of there and take the middle away. So you got the safety here to cover all this safety here to cover all this, and everybody's eyes are on the quarterback. So he really shouldn't be throwing this ball in the end zone, right? If he wants, he should be dumping it off probably here or here. There is a chance maybe to go to Wicks if he throws right to the pylon at the top of the screen, because there's only one guy here and then the guy here, that there's still 3 here, but here there's 4 guys covering 3 guys. So I don't know. But as you watch the play develop, he gets pressured, so he has to let the ball go. And as he's letting the ball go, look at this. There's a triangle of Bears within 5 yards of Malik Heath. There's no chance. I mean, unless Malik Heath is, turns into like Donald Driver and jumps 25 yards in the air to catch this, I don't think Malik Heath has that type of athletic ability. And at the top of the screen, like I said, if he would have threw it right here to the pylon, I don't think the safety would have gotten there in time. At this point, the ball's in the air, so he moved this way. So it would have been a really tight throw, and the safety might have been able to pick it off. So either way, I don't think it was a smart move either way to throw this to the end zone because of the way the defense shifted from that man look to that zone look. And then as the ball's in the air, now you got a triple coverage on Malik Heath after the ball's in the air. And Malik Heath, I think, realizes, I think he kind of didn't give up, but he kind of was like, well, there's no way he's throwing this here. I'm screwed, right? Well, he looks back, tries to make it, at least he gets his hand on there and breaks up the interception. And when you look at it from this angle, you're going to see Love never even looks to the right side. He just, for like a second, then he goes right to the left. And I don't know why he looked over there. So he should have seen that safety over there. But, I don't know.
Do you remember if the Packers had timeouts? Any timeouts left at this point?
They had no timeouts at this point.
Okay.
This is but this is the one where he almost throws a pick, right?
Right.
So then we get to the next call. And I thought, okay, and I said this to you when we were watching the game together. I was like, just kick the damn field goal. Right. I know there's 11 seconds left. I don't care. There's 11 seconds left.
Right.
You just watched your quarterback almost throw a pick in the end zone. Let's get 3 points. Just kick the damn field goal, right? And it's obvious from watching the 22 here, he didn't have to throw that ball to the end zone. He could have threw it to the outside and gotten 5 more yards easy by throwing it to Tucker Kraft or to PT on the bottom of the screen, and he didn't do it. So I thought for sure Matt LaFleur on this play would have called guys going deep and then just chuck it into the back of the end zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I blame Matt LaFleur on this by multiple. And you're going to play his clip, but I think I know what it is. Is it from the Sunday?
Yeah.
Press conference? Okay, but I know exactly what it is. I blame Matt LaFleur, and you're going to watch. How many of these guys do you think have routes that go to the end zone?
3 of them.
You're wrong.
2.
It's 0.
0
players. He calls a play with no timeouts. I beg to you. I tell you. Like, if you're going to call a play with no timeouts, at least have either this guy, if you have a slot guy, have him do an out route, right? And if this guy take the corner deep, same thing.
Yep.
What he calls is 5-yard turnaround, bottom of the screen, 5-yard turnaround. 5-yard turnaround.
Those ones on the inside don't help you at all. What do you do? Well, that's dumb.
I know. It's dumb. There you go.
Just allows the defense to sit on all of it.
What's Jaden Reed going to do with this? He can't throw this here. Why is Jaden Reed running a route like this? And Aaron Jones is running to the middle of the field. I would love to have Aaron Jones run to the middle of the field normally, but not right now.
Right.
Have him go to the outside. This play is stupid. You have 11 seconds and no timeouts.
And Love has that's the only guy he can throw the ball to right there.
It is the only guy. This guy's way tighter. So he went to the guy. He saw the guy way far off. This is the only place that Love could throw this ball.
Yep.
Now, is that Jordan Love's fault that his coach called the stupidest play I've ever seen in my life when you have 11 seconds and no timeouts? No. This looks like it's going to be successful.
If you're going to run that guy out there, that guy from the middle should be running like a flag to the pylon so you can try to attack that corner, right?
Yes.
And then if he cheats up, then you throw to the flag. But otherwise, you throw the quick out and you get it 5, 6, 7 yards.
And you could have Tucker Kraft go straight to the pylon and then make this corner. Because that's the other thing. You have Tucker, instead of having Tucker Kraft come inside a little bit like he did, just have him run straight and kind of go right at this corner.
Right. Attack that corner.
Make the corner decide, what am I going to do? If you only want to get 4 more yards for reasons we don't know, just kick the damn field goal. But whatever. If you want to do that, force this corner on the top of the screen to make a freaking decision here.
Mm-hmm.
If he jumps with this, he won't jump with Maliki or with Wicks then.
Yeah, because he's got to protect the end zone. Yeah.
Right. Because this guy's coming straight at him, right? Tucker Kraft coming straight at him. He can't worry about Wicks because this guy's coming straight at him.
That's a dumbass play.
This is dumb. Dumb play. So why don't you play what Matt LaFleur said after?
Okay, because everybody knows the rule, right? If you end up getting hit back, right, you don't have forward progress and you get knocked out of bounds, then the clock keeps running, even though you got knocked out of bounds, because you did not make a move forward to go out of bounds on your own. So let me pull up LaFleur here. I don't know if this kicks yours off or not. We'll see.
It probably will. If I'm still sharing, then can you not share me and then bring me back?
Oh, you're still in there. Yeah, I can bring you back. I can bring you. This StreamYard lets you do all the things, man. All right. So here's Matt LaFleur. And someone asked him about the stuff right before the end of the half. And he's like, there are a bunch of mistakes before the end of the half. Oh. And then he explained this. And then I love the thing. We have to say the other thing because I've never seen him, or at least not with most of these guys. But
to come away with no points or an opportunity with no points, certainly, we were in what we call an O-zone situation where the ball has to go out of bounds or to the end zone. I know Tucker.
So what?
He had no routes going to the end zone. So how can it go out of bounds or to the end zone when nobody is running to the end zone? If Jordan Love would have just threw that ball out the end zone, there's nobody there. They would have called intentional grounding on him because there was no receiver within 1,000,000 yards. What a dummy.
Okay, let's hear the rest of this because he says something super interesting as we get to the play by the Bears guy. Stevenson.
Wishes he would have got out of bounds a couple plays before where we burned a timeout.
Which is true. That was a big mistake by Tucker Kraft. I don't know why he didn't go out of bounds. He tried to get a few more yards, and that was dumb.
The first time he should have went out of bounds.
Right. The
second one he should have ran forward.
Right. Anyway,
instead of trying to go out of bounds because he would have got more yards. He did the opposite of both things that he should have done. The first time he should have went out of bounds. Second time when he was caught the ball in the middle of the field, then he tried running out of like 20 yards out of bounds and running laterally, which is stupid because you got no extra yards and the clock had to be stopped.
So in a little bit, Matt LaFleur is going to blow your mind. So let's hear what else he says.
I've heard it.
But certainly, Stevenson did a great job there. He was playing the cloud corner. He was off, I don't know, 8-9 yards, and
he was 15 yards
ball. And that's something that we coach our guys to do all the time is to receivers going out of bounds to knock them backwards. Your forward progress is stopped. The clock continues to run, and that's something that I think Jordan's just.
Okay, so
Jordan, he's blaming Jordan,
but he just said they coach their guys to do. Have you seen the Packers?
Rasul Douglas.
Okay, yeah, I've seen Rasul try. Have you seen anybody currently on this team?
No.
But
I was more hit on the pinpoint of the Jordan. So you stopped it right before.
Oh,
because he's trying to put the blame on Jordan, saying, "Oh, Jordan's got to know that and throw the ball away or whatever." I don't know. Keep playing it once and then you'll hear. But I understand what your point is. Your point is he's saying that he coaches his guys. I'm more concerned about the Matt LaFleur part of this.
I've never seen.
He called the stupidest play I've ever seen in my life with 11 seconds left and no timeouts, and then he blames his quarterback because he called the dumbass play.
And
then to hear him say
it's an O-zone, end zone, or
right, end zone or out of bounds, and he calls nobody to go to the end zone. Yet
knock them backwards. Your forward progress is stopped. The clock continues to run, and that's something that I think Jordan's just he's going to learn from. I think that was, I think there was 2 plays out of.
So yeah, then he goes and covers it up by saying there's 2 players out of all of them that he would have liked that back, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, so he's saying Love screwed that up. That's pretty much what he's saying.
Yeah, he's using the
He's
crutch
taking no
of
blame on that.
young player. We can use that as my excuse, and we're good.
And I've defended Matt LaFleur. I think he's pretty decent as a coach. But this season is the first season I've ever heard him calling out guys. Now, in press conferences, because the heat's coming on him.
Yeah.
This was him. I just showed you what he called. It was bad. That Jordan Love threw the ball where he should have threw the ball.
Yeah. He had nowhere else.
Nowhere
else could he throw the ball there. Nowhere else.
Corner made a great play. And that's not, he got no help from his play caller at all. So
what am I looking at here? We got plays back up.
This is just one more bad play.
Why are we gonna show bad play? What's this?
Because it's kind of bothers me. So let's just watch it here.
Okay. I like Tucker Kraft being out there. I like that.
Okay.
He's knocking his ass off.
Okay, so this is the 4th down or whatever it is where he runs with it and he calls an audible. And as you're looking here, it looked like everybody ran a route, but actually now when you watch it back, you'll see Jaden Reed is blocking. You'll see whoever was in the slot here is blocking. So I'm guessing whoever this guy is, I'm thinking it's Bo Melton, Jace, I hate to say it, is the guy who should have knew what was up. So he changes the call, and I think Bo Melton or Wicks or whoever this is on the top of the screen, because I think this is Malik Heath here, but it could be Wicks too. I don't know. We'll see it on the other angle who it is. But these 2 guys, the guy in the slot and the guy underneath the slot, the 2 and the 3, both go out and block. And this guy runs a deep route. And I think he was supposed to curl back. I don't know. Maybe they thought it was a audible to a run. I don't know what it was, but it didn't work. And if you watch here, Jordan Love's going to get the ball and look to throw it. And it's Bo. And everybody's blocking. Everybody's going to block somebody. So he's like, crap-a-lappa, I better run. So then he takes off. And then he fumbles.
Oh.
And
Brisker gets it. That Brisker.
I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it was a guy who didn't get the call right.
Well, Jenkins is downfield. He would have thrown it. I don't know. It could have been man downfield too. So there's more. Yeah, there's more than just that screwed up on the play.
The other thing is if he is going to run, I wish he wouldn't hold it like a loaf of bread out in the middle of nowhere like that. Yeah. And I know he brings it into his body at the last second, but he needs to work on carrying the ball.
He tried to tuck under or tried to swim over that guy, and in the swim over, just caught his helmet right on the ball, and that was
well, now he knows to not do that.
Bad luck. But also
you can't swim over when you have the ball in that hand. You have to keep the ball tight to your chest.
And at that point, when you only needed a couple of yards, you got to lower your shoulder and
just run over him.
Yeah, he's not necessarily an experienced runner, but
he thinks he's more athletic than he is, which is an Aaron Rodgers trait.
It's got to be your instinct to kind of lower your shoulder and just try to get the first down. That's what I mean.
Now, this is the Bo Melton not touchdown.
Wyatt says you got to protect football here, by the way. Thank you, Wyatt.
I didn't slow this one down. Is it going too crazy and fast or what?
I don't know. It stopped.
But has it been all herky jerky?
Oh, I don't see it like that. Looks fine to me.
Okay. Because things are going pretty quick here.
Bo's fast, man.
So on the it wasn't Bo Melton look fast. It was Jaden Reed. But on this play, you got Aaron Jones sneaking over here like this on the bottom of the screen. Malik Heath on a comeback with 2 guys covering him.
Heath is double team. What the hell?
Double team. Jaden Reed, who's double teaming.
Double team.
But you got eyes on the quarterback here, eyes on the quarterback here. So Jordan Love looks at this and says, nope, I don't want to throw it there.
You got to go to Bo, baby.
So Bo's your guy.
Bo's your guy.
You need to throw it now.
Yeah.
Throw it to the A right now.
Yeah.
And like right here. Not way the fuck back here.
Yeah. That was
right here. Right where the A is. Right now. But he doesn't. And Bo kind of slows down a little bit. I don't know why, but he does.
Well, because he doesn't want to run into that safety.
And maybe it's because the ball placement made him slow down. And by the time Love throws the ball, let's see, when did he decide to finally throw that ball? Yeah, see, now he's covered already. So he sees it. He sees the window. And instead of throwing it low to like here low, he throws it up here into the back of the freaking end zone.
Yeah.
And then it's broken up and,
It was good effort, but it was, yeah. I mean, he threw it late. It was partly because he's looking left too long, probably.
Well, I think, yeah. I don't know if he wants to throw to Malik here.
I don't know what he wants to do unless he's waiting.
It's third down. Maybe he thought Malik was going to catch it and then break a tackle and get in.
Does he swing that front foot over, or does he throw it open like that? Like open and then to the... Oh, he does bring his foot back. Okay.
And see, like Jaden Reed's got his arm up like, hey. Because what happens is...
Yeah, when he switches his focus, then they jump over there.
Because when he goes back and cocks like that, number 9 jumps the Malik Heath.
Yep.
So what he should have done is just kept his eyes over there, watch 9, pump fake it to Malik Heath, 9 would jump it, and then throw it right behind 9 to Jaden Reed coming across. That's where the ball should have gone, right?
Sure. Would have made it easier.
Which is hard. I'm not saying like, I'm not blaming, saying he sucks because of that. I'm just saying that's the type of thing he can learn from here. Because if you're going to pump fake, it's probably going to make a defender move, right? Which will open up something somewhere else. But by coming back to this late on the other side, that's when we get in trouble here. And he throws a little late, and there's like 25 guys there to smash Bo Melton. And everybody's like, oh, hey, what a great play. Yeah, I did have it at full speed. So it wasn't herky-jerky or nothing there? Okay.
Not that I could see.
Okay, hit it. Oh, yeah.
Bo was still good. I don't know why you want to say he wasn't. He's still good.
I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm just saying I think he slowed down a little bit there. And
With you.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
You want something?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Good job. Here we go. Oh yeah, play of the game for me, and I'm probably for you too.
Let's see. What is it?
Here it's coming. It's really slow.
I have the beef this week.
Yeah, you can have it after this. How's that sound?
I had the beef last week. What is it? Oh yeah, play it. Of the game.
Oh yeah, play of the game. Jaden Reed's coming in motion. According to Matt LaFleur, Jaden Reed is not even supposed to be throwing the ball here.
That's right. Watch how Bo runs these guys off. Look at him. His head's
Look at
down.
Bo is not even looking at it. Like, this is awesome.
Freaking going deep, baby.
He's not looking at a defender or nothing. He's just like, I'm going deep. So that should tell the safety, this guy's coming. He's going deep. So I better back up. Now, and then you got Tucker Kraft coming out down here, sneaking around. We got Wicks coming across this way.
And not only that, he's running directly at that, downside safety, the safety on the bottom of the screen, which is beautiful because you're forcing him to do something. Right?
Right. And now Love's got the option of Tucker Kraft for a little quick one. He's got Wicks coming across this way.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Bo Melton who's taking the top off, right? And then, of course, Aaron Jones is sneaking out here, too. But there's guys waiting for Aaron Jones on this side. They're all waiting for him. And what Love sees is, wait a minute, Malik Heath is taking these guys away. Because Kraft is here, this guy's worried about Kraft. 29 is flat-footed, which means Love reads it. So this is not a dumb Love. This is a smart Love, which we love. It was just most of the game was smart Love. Like, I want to make that clear. Like, I know I showed some bad plays and some dumb things earlier. Like 2 dumb things, right? This is a great thing. Because he reads it based on the defense. And when he sees 29 flat-footed, he's like, holy crap, and he lets it go right away. He's like, I got this. As soon as he sees 29 flat-footed, perfect. And then you're talking 60-some yards later. What a freaking play. What a oh-yeah play of the game. Like, that was... Oh, yeah! Everything we needed to see at that point. And it was smarts by Love. Apparently, he's not even supposed to get that ball, right?
Yep.
Well, this is a perfect tight throw when we needed it. It was third down with the game on the line. This is the last drive of the game, right? And you're going to watch this play again. he's got two options. His number one option, or his number one option is Reed coming across the middle here. And because the tight end stays in the block and Aaron Jones sneaks out to the flat, that freezes these two guys. Okay? Because they're playing man against them. You got a spy type guy in Edmonds in the middle of the field at linebacker. And you got your deep safety who's supposed to help out. And then 29 is supposed to cover Reed. Well, Reed is fast enough and takes this angle right through these two guys. And this whole side of the field is open because the two guys at the top of the screen are frozen because they're worried about these two guys, Jones and the tight end. So that's his first read. If he wanted to, his second read would be Bo Melton come across this way because Wicks is taking his guy off, which will give Melton a nice little quick run because we only need a couple yards here, right? So we didn't need this huge play. But Love reads it. He sees he's got an open spot here, and Reed does a great job of cutting through all this, the middle here, where there's a couple guys. But once he gets past those guys, it's open season. And Love makes a perfect pass thrown to the right, which he usually does. He's great throwing to the right. Perfect pass, perfect catch. He gets hammered. That safety gets over there, but
doesn't matter. It's Jaden Reed. He's tough.
Great play.
A bunch of these young guys are tough. I will say that these guys hang on to the ball. A lot of these guys that are playing right now hang on to the ball better after contact than Packers receivers and tight ends have for a long time.
A little bit, ball is thrown a little behind, but not too bad.
Yep. Nice.
That was a huge play. And then later in the drive, another third down play. The thing I love about this play, how many times have we watched a Matt LaFleur call or an Aaron Rodgers call? And I don't know if this is something that Tucker Kraft just did on his own or what. Well, they call all these deep passes, right, on third and pretty long, and they just tell the running back to go sit in the flat and the tight end to go sit in the flat 5 yards back, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage like idiots, and just sit there. And Tucker Kraft doesn't just sit there. He cuts it back to the inside because there's nobody there. I don't know if there was a play call. He's supposed to run to the flat and then come back out. I'm guessing Kraft is just like, screw this. I'm going to where there's nobody there. We need to get the first down. And Love breaks out of the, moves out of the pocket a little bit, gets to the outside, and throws an easy pass to Kraft. Right there. And we got ourselves another first down on the drive where we take it over, right? And that's just some genius stuff right there. I don't know what this is. I think I should have edited that, but I didn't. Okay, moving on to the next thing. Oh, that same thing? That same thing. Okay, that's the end. So I just wanted to show the last couple things that happened. Oh, Jason left me. Ah, well, I'm all alone. So both of the last plays we showed, one was Reed was not supposed to get the ball, but Love read it and made a great read and threw it to Reed because of where the defense was and how they didn't drop back. And on the second play, I think Kraft read the fact that, hey, I got to get out of this flat. This is dumb. I'm going to the middle of the field. And Love saw him and threw him there. And then we got a first down. So 2 plays where guys are making things happen off script. And my brother just left me like a jerk. And I think he sucked.
That bladder was full. I'm so sorry.
Dude,
man,
you got to warn me that you leave because now I said a bunch of stuff and I was asking you questions and you weren't there.
What'd you ask?
I can't remember anymore because it wasn't important.
Well, then let's talk about my guy, Bo Melton.
Okay. I thought you were going to beef. Is that your beef, Bo Melton?
He's not my beef.
Well, I thought you were doing your beef next. Fly by the seat of your pants guy, you kind of suck. Let's have some structure, bro.
Dude, I had to go to the bathroom, man. It could not be avoided.
You are the most unprofessional professional I've ever met.
I'm not.
You have an award. Show everybody your award.
Point
to your reward so everybody knows you got a journalism award. Yeah, right there. That's a journalism award. You're taking peas in the middle of broadcasts.
Hey, I went to the bathroom before the broadcast, but I had lots of water today, and this beer was like really doing the work here.
You left me hanging.
Anyway, I know you showed a bunch of awesome stuff, but you didn't show nearly enough of my guy Bo. So we'll hear Matt LaFleur talk about Bo.
I don't have anything else.
Because Matt LaFleur,
I got some other
Bo
stuff.
Melton's awesome. Bo Melton's guy I've been excited about for a long time. Glad the Packers got him here. Is what he said.
Yeah, Bo a bunch more plays, and
He did.
You know, the one in the end zone. I don't know. I couldn't tell. You guys would know better than I would whether or not that was a touchdown, but certainly they didn't call it that way. But it's been pretty cool just to see a guy like that probably most of you have never really heard of. To see him get an opportunity to go out there and perform at a high level, and he continues to do it. And I think again, it goes back to his approach, his work ethic, his mentality, attitude, all of that. The guy just works and gets better.
So, Ben, those are things that Matt LaFleur. Wait, didn't always Aaron Rodgers describe him as a grinder?
Yeah, because he said
he
never said anything good about him other than he was a grinder.
That he works hard.
Works hard.
Gym rat, which is dumb to say about football. Like, just say he's a, whatever. I don't know what you call him. But I think Matt LaFleur respects players that show a lot of commitment, work ethic, and a good attitude.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, Rasul Douglas, Bo Melton.
He said a lot of good stuff about Lucas Patrick in his last season with the Packers too.
Yeah, but Goody didn't think he was any good.
I know.
I got a question for you. I found this out from Andy Herman and Justice Mosqueda. Apparently, Justin Mosqueda got the snap counts early on Monday or Sunday or whatever the hell day it was.
Snap count. And
the wide receiver with the most snaps in this past game against the Bears, a win or go home game, was one Bo Melton.
Bo!
Now, that might be because Romeo Doubs got hurt, and then he had to take over a bunch of Romeo Doubs' jobs, which could be why. Yeah, which could be why maybe he didn't know what the play call change was on that one fourth down play where Love fumbled. Maybe that was normally a Romeo Doubs play, and he was in for Romeo Doubs on that play, and maybe didn't know what the audible was or what the crap's going on. But other than that, it's obvious they trust him. They trust him to be out there and make plays, and he's doing it. And all those guys are. And it's something that we said before the season started. And now finally everybody's saying it, which is hilarious. But they're all like, oh, maybe it is. Wildy, like, I wrote a story. Is it maybe it's better that we had all these young guys and, you don't really know which one is the one. Like, you don't have a number one receiver. So, the defense doesn't know who's the ball's going to go to. Like, really, Wildy? You just figured that out after covering the team for 30 years or whatever?
And it's such a stupid thing in the NFL. Everybody talks about who's your number one receiver. Who
gives a fart?
How about we just get a bunch of good guys and you throw to the open guy? Like,
is that your beef, number one receivers?
No.
Oh, well, that's my beef.
Oh, all right. Well,
no, we don't have to do it. I don't have enough in me to go on a rant right now. But
I don't know. You and Nick Wright
what I would say is
could rival it up.
Yeah, he was good, pretty good. But I would say this. We've been saying this our whole lives. I would much rather see a team. And think about this, everybody. Go back to the Brett Favre teams where Favre would just be like, green shirt, green shirt, green shirt, right?
How about the early Rodgers years?
Yes, the early Rodgers years, he still had really good players, like superstar type. I'm at Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, James Jones.
But they weren't there wasn't necessarily a number one receiver on the team you had to designate as a number one receiver, right?
Yeah,
I would
say Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings was the number one.
I know,
receiver.
But there were guys.
He never gets enough freaking respect. He was freaking awesome.
He's really good.
He was fast, quick, had great. He never dropped a damn ball. I don't think I ever see Greg Jennings drop the ball ever in his life. As where Devontae Adams drops freaking half the damn balls thrown in. Oops, I didn't say that. Anyways,
two drops. Greg Jennings.
His whole career.
The ones that I witnessed as a Packer. That's all I remember.
All I know is this. In the Super Bowl, he caught a pass, got smacked by two guys sandwiched, fell to the ground, and hung on to the damn thing.
Also,
and we needed every one of those damn points, by the way, too. Yep. And he also read the defense and told the guys on the sideline, hey, dummies, if you line me up in the slot and have me go do an out route, nobody covers me. I'll be wide ass open. And it did happen. That was Greg Jennings.
Like this, wide
open. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. But Greg Jennings freaking called that a touchdown play for himself. Not Mike freaking McCarthy or Aaron Rodgers or anybody else. Greg Jennings called that play.
That's right. That's right.
He never gets enough respect, and I'm sick of people crapping on him because of because he talks shit about Aaron Rodgers. Well, you know what? I thought I knew stuff about Aaron Rodgers ahead of time. Greg Jennings knew all along.
After all that, after he started saying stuff, and then people are like, Greg Jennings, I know Greg Jennings. He's a good dude. But he's saying this stuff like there's got to be something to it. And then they're like, no, poo Greg Jennings. He's terrible. And we all fell for that. And most of us did. Not all of us, but a lot of us did. And we sided with Aaron Rodgers because he was still in the Packers and Greg Jennings got a little whiny the last bit. And then maybe Greg Jennings was probably right this whole time.
But what I would say is Greg Jennings was a number one type receiver, but didn't get number one targets.
Yeah, 100%.
And because of and that was good.
Yes.
He was our best player at receiver, but it was because he wasn't a diva jerk face. It was able to let Donald Driver, and James Jones and Finley and Jordy and everybody under the sun get all these freaking plays. And it was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome. And then go back to Brett Favre stuff where what do we have? Freeman. He wasn't that great. I mean, come on, let's be honest here. We had Turd Ferguson for a while. Like, come on. We had a bunch of no names. And Favre made it happen. Now, it's mostly because he was just crazy, but that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. That's what I love to see. It wasn't until the last couple of years of Rodgers where we had the spam the Devontae over and over and over, which boggled down our offense and gave us so many freaking third drive stalls because Rodgers wouldn't throw the ball to anybody else because he's a freaking idiot.
The best
or what?
The best term, the best thing, maybe the best original thought Viking Mo ever had was calling that the Devontae denominator.
Okay, that was dumb. Anyways, but it was dumb, and now we have a bunch of guys who are no-name guys, which is fine. But you know what? At one point, Jordy Nelson was a no-name guy until the Super Bowl. All of a sudden, he had a million freaking balls thrown to him, and he caught about 1/3 of them. If he would have caught them all, he would have had 200 some yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. But he dropped a bunch of passes, and Donald Drivers on the sidelines like, God, Jordy. Right? But these young guys are awesome. And we're looking at it, we're like, wait a minute. Is like Wicks our best? Is Reed our number one? Who cares? Is Wicks our number one? Who cares? Is Dobbs our number one? Who cares? Is Watson our number one? Who cares? They're all good. They all do something good, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And as long as LaFleur, who's been using their strengths and doing something he didn't do earlier in the year because he couldn't figure out what they were good at, apparently, because even though he's watched them all off season, I don't get it. We knew what they were good at. We told you before the season started what they were good at. Now he's finally figuring it out over the last 8 weeks. Jordan Love is utilizing their strengths, and boom, boom, boom. We're looking good. We got a chance in the playoff game. So
he had some interesting comments today. I was gonna play him on a Friday show, but Jonathan brings it up. He said, "Are you guys going to do a show before the playoff game?" And I don't know that we'll be able to. Ben's got to work overnights. He said on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, get this. I have to work at 6:30 on Sunday.
What?
Which means the game starts at 3:30. It won't be over by 6.
You might be late. Tell him you'll be late.
I told them that today, and they looked at me like I was stupid. And I'm like, the Packers got a playoff game, you dummies.
Sorry, guys.
My job ain't that important to me. I don't care.
Priorities.
Like Packers are job. Packers. So we'll see what happens there.
We don't have to draft a receiver this year. 100%.
Hell no, we got everybody under contract
for the next 3 years.
Yeah, but remember how the Packers didn't draft a receiver for 3 years, and everybody had a damn heart attack.
Well, so what? These guys.
But that's because they all sucked. I mean, MVS was our best speedster, and then nothing else.
So what's wild about so anyway, one thing I'll kind of give you a summation of what he said. Matt LaFleur had some interesting comments in there because the question is this: Bo Melton's been playing great. Wicks needs to play. Reed's been great. Romeo, does he come back? Okay. Does Watson come back? Because they thought Watson might be back last week. Oh, if Watson comes back, wow, watch out then. As a Packer fan, based on what you've seen, what would you like to still continue to see? If Christian Watson comes back, do you want to see him out there for the majority of the snaps and see these other guys not on the field? I don't.
I don't. And I don't think Watson... We talked about this when he was drafted. He doesn't have the physical like body control.
Mm-hmm. Or
He
awareness.
also doesn't right. He also doesn't have tracking the ball ability that great. So it gets pretty rough. And his catches on deep passes when he's tracking the ball are kind of sloppy looking. His hands aren't that great. I would rather have all these other. I mean, we talked about it on Sunday with Sarah, our sister. We're like, I think Reed and Wicks and Heath and Bo Melton are all maybe better than Dobbs and Watson, which sounds crazy.
People will tell us we're crazy, but
it's kind of like Tucker Kraft is better than Luke Musgrave because he is.
Yeah.
He's not as fast.
Right.
He won't freaking take it to the house probably one day, but he blocks like a madman. He does everything right. He's great after the catch. He can break tackles. He can move pretty well. He doesn't have the speed. That's it. But he's a better all-around player. And that's the case with Wicks and, and Jaden Reed and Dontavion Wicks are for sure better all-around players than Dobbs and Watson are. No doubts. Now, Heath and Bo Melton have a couple issues here and there. So they're not as probably, I would say they're as good as Dobbs and Watson, but
Bo brings the speed close to the type of speed that Watson has, but he has better hands and better awareness. And
yes, better awareness.
Can find the ball in the air better.
Right. But he's like 6 inches or 7 inches shorter than he is.
So he's faster than Dobbs, maybe not quite as good hands wise as Dobbs.
Well, Dobbs has got,
so I don't know, like who would you you saw on the play to Jaden Reed, like he was the guy just busting it to take both safeties deep and open that hole up.
And that's the thing is, I would rather
have what you need Christian Watson for, but you don't need Christian Watson to do it because he could do it.
Right. I think that's the key difference. Why did Bo Melton have the most snaps this week? Because he's the scariest when it comes to deep. He keeps the safeties legit, right? But number 2 is he's unselfish and a work hard guy. I would take 5 available receivers who are unselfish, work hard guys and over a superstar any day of the week. Now, that's not what Wildy said on the other day with Wildy and Tausch talked about. They're like, well, if Devontae Adams was available for trade tomorrow, would you trade for him? I don't know why they started talking about that, but they did. And Jason Wildy's like, well, right away, I'd be trading for Devontae Adams, even though they're just talking about how great the receivers all are. And I'm like, no, you don't trade for Devontae Adams. That'd be the dumbest thing ever. These guys are awesome the way they are because they're a unit and Love finds the open guy. Love's doing great for the most part. Yeah. He reads defense. He finds the open guy. Boom, boom, boom. This is perfect. This is exactly what we talked about all offseason, how we were looking for the Matt LaFleur offense where you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's coming at you. You have different plays that look the same at the start, and then they end up being different at the end, which gives different guys a chance to be open. And even Love can find a guy who's not supposed to get the ball, but it's the best place to go with the ball, which is what happened in that 60-some-yard play to Reed. So you're talking about genius quarterback play, pretty good offensive schemes, except for, actually, I showed you earlier that one dumb freaking call that he then blamed Love on, but that's side point. Everything else is doing great. And these guys are working together, and that's way better than a spam to Devontae, which LaFleur did kind of say in the press conference because Willie asked him about that. And he was like, maybe it's better than spamming a guy. And he kind of was giving Rodgers some hate.
Yeah.
He didn't say that out loud, but he did.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the thing with the other thing he said in the press conference that kind of made me wonder what's going to happen is he said how, they asked him about Watson coming back and what that was going to mean and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I mean, I think you have to be, he didn't say exactly, but he said, I think you have to be intentional and a little careful about how you incorporate those guys back in who haven't been in there for a while.
Yeah.
Which would lead me to think that even if Christian Watson is a full go, he's not going to play the predominant number of snaps. He's going to maybe be like 20 snaps. You work him in. And if you had ego problems in your wide receiver room, that could be an issue. But with this group of wide receivers, it seems like they're like, hey, who's ever out there, let's go. Let's make plays. Let's do stuff. Everybody gets involved. We're all having fun. We're not worried about our stats at the end of the game. We're blocking for each other. We're catching passes. We're doing our job. And that's awesome. You don't find many, and LaFleur did talk about that, I think, today, how special this group, the room of young wide receivers is it's really hard to find a whole group of guys like that are basically just going to be trying to be team guys. Wide receivers as team guys.
That never happens. They're the me guys.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the Packers have somehow found it. Even you listen to like their interviews, their personal interviews. Jaden Reed. I mean, he's had a really nice rookie season, right? Double-digit touchdowns, all this sort of stuff. And he's like, I'm just whatever the team needs me for. That's what I'm there to do.
Yeah. Well, we need you to be awesome. And that's what he's doing.
Hell yeah.
You got John Smith over here.
John Smith, how you doing?
Got a good quote, man. Maybe they should have
say?
traded Watson for Jonathan Taylor in the first place. Not a bad thing. But back then, we didn't know these guys were any good.
That's true.
Because Matt LaFleur didn't know what the hell they were good at. Because he's
just like they didn't know that Love was good enough until after.
Yeah, and that's why they gave Love Rodgers $150 million contract, because they didn't know.
Dang.
And that's the problem, is these guys aren't going to just go crazy on stuff. But yeah, they should have, because having Jonathan Taylor and Aaron Jones together would be freaking nuts.
Speak it. Who's the man in this game? Who's the man that gives me hope in this playoff run? If we're going to focus forward a little bit.
Okay, we're not doing, I thought we're doing the beef here.
Oh, we're doing the beef? You know what?
That's what we said we were doing the beef.
I don't even know if I want to do the beef anymore. I will do it. It'll be a quick beef. But before we get to that, let's do one quick thing on Jordan Love, because we're going to cap it off.
Yeah, we're done Jordan Love.
With Matt
Everybody else
LaFleur,
is talking about him.
Matt LaFleur saying some really nice stuff. I just want you to hear Matt LaFleur's words, the words he uses to describe the current Green Bay Packers starting quarterback. And did he ever say that stuff about the previous quarterback? Am I sharing yet? Did I get it up? No, I didn't. Here, I get it up. There he is. Matt LaFleur. This is what he said when asked about Jordan Love and why he's been so good and resilient and all that stuff.
In terms of just what he's all about. He is, I think you guys would all agree, that the ones that know him in here, he's about the right. And
swearing again.
Sorry for that, but
dang, he's swearing up a storm.
He's about all the right things, and you know, the guy just comes to work every day, has a great attitude. Is one of the guys, you know, has really improved over the course of 4 years, and I'm just super happy for him. He's earned it.
So, has a great attitude, works hard, is one of the guys. He made points of emphasis for all those things. Do you think, Matt, put your mind back to the drafting of Jordan Love, the reaction of Matt LaFleur in the war room and Brian Gutekunst when they drafted him.
They were way excited.
They were ready to be done with all the Rodgers nonsense and drama and running the show and all that BS. Matt LaFleur's like, I want to coach somebody who is coachable, who wants to run my offense, who doesn't want to tell me what we should be doing all the time. And now he finally has a guy like that, and he's really happy about it. It's pretty cool. Wyatt says Aaron Jones owns the Cowboys. That's right, Wyatt. We're going to talk about Aaron Jones next. And then, hey, shout out to Walker. Says when you do review of plays, it's really difficult seeing your cursor. Maybe
I know I have
cursor to extra large yellow.
I do. I have it at extra large, but it doesn't share as extra large on the stream. I don't know why. I have it humongous here. I used to be able to make arrows and stuff. It was awesome back in the day. And then I got a download upgrade on my computer, and then I lost the arrows. It's the same program. I go to the same place to make them, and then I can't every time I go to make the arrows, it just shoots me out of the video. And I'm like, well, I can't do that every time. So
I said your name wrong. Thank you for your comment, Water Walker.
Yeah, and Balaz has talked about that too in the past. So that's why I had it. I made my cursor larger, and then it worked for a couple times, and now since then it doesn't work. Trust me, I'm looking at it. It's freaking massive. I
will say Ben has had this thing in the past, but other things too, where he thinks they're a lot bigger than they are to everybody else. But that's fine. Your point is well taken. Thank you for that,
buddy.
Hey, I said it right to the when we have our
that's true. We don't want to talk. Just be quiet.
Anyway, David says Love has Monday meetings at his house with the offense, dinners Tries to get the guys together. Not every Monday, but from time to time, definitely invites a bunch of guys over. They watch film, they hang out, they do stuff, they eat, they gather, they have fun. It's a team, guys. It's a team.
It's so different. And to see the wacko, as Jimmy Kimmel calls them, destroying the Jets. And then he has his press conference with the Jets, like you said, and he's like, we got to get the BS out of the building and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you are the BS. And then now here, we don't have to worry about that crap anymore. And to think he had so many fans fooled here in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Or his Packer fans. He had them all fooled. Not me, but a lot of other ones fooled. You. He had you fooled for a long time, until a couple years ago.
Yep.
Until he finally did the whole vaccination screw up. And then after that, you were like, I can't do you're right. I can't deal with this anymore. He's an idiot. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, not just that. Like, you can't trust anything he says because.
No, you can't trust anything he says.
And I got hammered for that. I will come out and I will say it. I came out, as people are doing. If you go watch Nick Wright, now you can say what you want about him or think what you want about Nick Wright. He's terrible hair. He should keep his hair short. He looks ridiculous. But you can say what you want about Nick Wright. Fine.
Well, his nose is what makes him ridiculous. That big honking schnoz.
But he had some great takedowns of Rodgers here because he's had enough. He's had enough. It's ridiculous. And I came out. That was after the rebuttal, right? It was Rodgers got COVID. He was out. Everybody found out what was going on, blah, blah, blah. They went back to the statements he made about saying, yeah, I've been immunized when someone asked him if he got the vaccine, whatever. You can say it's not about vaccines. And all he does, and then all he did in that follow-up, that was his opportunity to hold me as a fan. If he came out and said, look, I made a mistake. I should have been more forthcoming, whatever. Like, stand up and be a man, or just be a person, be like a decent human, woman or man, doesn't matter.
I don't think he is a human.
And he proved to just cover his ass, and not by things that he had so much conviction over. It was literally, I'm going to say all the hot button stuff that divides everybody.
Yeah.
To take all the attention away from me and cover my ass. And now I'm going to be this person who just feeds into all that all the time. When any of the heat comes on me, I'm going to talk about woke mob. I'm going to talk about the vaccine status. Everybody's mad at me because of the vaccine status.
Nobody's mad at you about the vaccine status.
Put the media down. I'm going to say it's a liberal media. It's all this. He just uses all the hot button stuff to take the heat off himself. So the one thing I'll say, if you've seen Nick Wright's stuff, this is the one thing he had wrong. Nick Wright said he was thrown off by this comment that Rodgers made about the alphabet mafia or alphabet, whatever it was, going after him and being after him. And he didn't even know what that meant. So he looked it up, and it's basically about the LGBTQ plus community because we keep adding letters to it.
Now Rodgers is going after them too.
And then Nick Wright said, the one thing he does have right is he said, well, I am confident that he doesn't have a problem with the LGBTQ plus community. I'm confident about that. That he's not homophobic, he said. He's confident about that. I think he has that right. But then he said he thinks he used the term because he didn't know what it meant, because he was ignorant and didn't know what it meant. Well, that's not true. Aaron Rodgers has said he does everything because everything's got to be intentional. Everything's calculated. His good friends call him calculated, describe him as calculated. He knows what it meant. The reason he used it
is to cover his
butt. to rile up the people that are homophobic, that do follow some of this stuff, that are already on his side, to strengthen that support with those people. So once again, it's not something he has conviction about, believes in, none of that. And he's not an idiot. Like, the only issue with Jimmy Kimmel's response is he played him down like he's dumb. He's not dumb.
I think he is
dumb. No, he's not. He's not dumb, Ben.
I disagree. I think the best part of Jimmy Kimmel's thing was when he said Aaron Rodgers is so arrogant.
He is so arrogant
that he doesn't know that he's ignorant. That was the genius thing that he said.
That is true. But
if he doesn't, that means he's an idiot.
Well, true. But the other part of the explanation that Nick Wright thought, he's saying he went from this wacky conspiracy theory guy to being this guy who just takes any half-baked idea and rolls with it. And the reason he does all that, why does he do all that? This is the epiphany I've had about this is Aaron Rodgers in a nutshell. And this encapsulates why football ended up imploding on him, why he was a bad teammate, why guys couldn't play with him, why it was so hard to earn his trust and play with him and all that stuff, and why it never would have worked with rookie wide receivers like we have if he was our quarterback, is that Aaron Rodgers believes and buys into all these conspiracies because he wants to believe, he wants to think, not because he believes all this stuff, but he wants to think that he's got something, he knows something that you don't know. He knows something that nobody else knows. Like all these other people don't know it. I'm so smart. I know it. I know this stuff. That's why he buys into a bunch of the crazy stuff he buys into. That's why he acts the way he does, is because he wants to feel like he's got this superior knowledge over stuff that's beyond what's actually reality that everybody knows. That's his whole gig. And that has turned him from a guy who used to carry a chip on his shoulder to make him play well to being a guy that's a big pain in the ass and a big distraction and is now the Jets' problem. And Robert Saleh, I'm sorry, I feel bad for you, but good luck with it next year. Okay, Aaron Jones, the real
Hold on
Aaron
a second.
Hold on a second. You go on. You finish. What else do you have to say?
You just blabbed on and on about Rodgers.
Well, if I missed something, you tell me. I thought I had it all. But
well, the biggest thing to me is the guy's 40 years old. He's 40 years old. He has no family. He's disowned his family because he's a lunatic. He's got no relationship. He's got no children. He's got nothing. He's got nothing there for him outside of football. What does he have? He's a sad, pathetic loser. Which sounds crazy because he's a gazillionaire quarterback, superstar. But it's like, I think he's so into himself that that's what makes him say crazy shit and do crazy things and start believing in crazy things because he just sits around and does nothing by himself all the time. He can't ever keep a lady or whatever for various, we don't know why. Maybe Nick Wright is leading into something there. I don't know. And that's fine. If that's the case, I would respect him more if he came out and was like, hey, this is what it is.
Own it.
The reason why I'm not married and haven't had kids is because, I'm a certain way. But that was, there was rumors about that years ago. But and I have no problem with that anyway.
Every person he meets is his good friend.
But every person, right? He tries to make I don't know. What I'm saying is this: he's a guy who disowned his family, has no actual important relationships in his life. He just has like a bunch of acquaintances that he thinks are more than what they are in real life. So he's very sad and alone and kind of pathetic. And I'm just done with him. I don't want to talk about him anymore. And that's where you switch it to Aaron Jones, who's all about family, who's all about loyalty, who's all about the team he's on and the guys on the team and helping others. The Packers freaking Walter Payton Man of the Year 3 years in a row. Probably should have been this year too, because Devondre Campbell's, he's a good guy, but he's no Aaron Jones.
And his leadership, Aaron Jones as a leader is the exact right leader for this team.
Yeah.
Based on all these young guys coming in that are working hard, have good attitude, like all the stuff Matt LaFleur said about all the guys he's raving about. Good attitudes, working hard, being about the right stuff. And here you have an established veteran that has had incredible success and still does all of that stuff and is a great guy and a great teammate and has a great attitude as their captain and their leader. Like Aaron
but he's
Jones
not their captain because Jair whined about it last year. He should have been their captain again. But because Jair whined, Matt LaFleur didn't make captains. So Aaron Jones can't wear the C again like he did last year. He was so proud that he could wear the C last season.
Yeah.
Because he was voted as a captain. He would have totally been voted captain this year again because he is the leader of the team. He is the heart and soul of this team. And
he has been running his ass off, finding creases, running physical, being fast.
He's been the difference maker the last 3 weeks, and they've won.
He's the reason I believe they can go in and beat the Cowboys. He's the reason I believe they could actually make a run here, because if you add that, if you put that as the basis of what you're going to do offensively, one, you can control the ball, right? Keep it away from some of these other teams. And two, you just like the passing game, everything is so much easier off of that when you have a guy who can make something out of nothing, which, let's be real, even though people have talked about the offensive line being better, a lot of times they're not that much better, but Aaron Jones makes them look pretty good, right? So show us some plays. Aaron Jones video up. Let's see it.
All right, let's see it. They're just like 5. I think it's like 5 plays.
Plus, he's such an awesome guy. Like, I mean, come on, man.
He's the opposite of the other one. And that's why he's still here. Thank the Lord. This is the big play earlier in the game where he finally got some carries after a while because he passed the first 3 plays like ding-dongs. But you got Tucker Kraft with the seal block, Josiah DeGuara with the block on the outside. My favorite is Walker just shoves Tremaine Edmonds back another freaking 12-5, whatever how many yards here. It's just amazing.
Kraft seal block on that play was awesome, though. Like, it's really good. Everybody did such a great job on this one, except for Josh Myers. I mean, he's still at least upright, but great job by all those dudes, man.
There's actually a play later where Josh Myers makes the key block on an Aaron Jones run. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true.
I love Tucker's block here. DeGuara comes over, sits down.
But he immediately goes out. Yeah, same play.
Goes to the outside. Kraft's got to come across, then take Edwards, who's the leading tackler on the Bears. He's got 155 tackles in the year, and just ties him up. Brilliant.
Yeah, and Walker was awesome.
Good job.
And he's still, look at him. He's still holding him. Look at him. Shoving him in the back. And Edmonds had nothing to say about it. He's like, I got my ass kicked in that one.
And that's something that Walker struggled with earlier, right? Sustaining blocks. So he's grown too.
Yeah. Well, he missed one later. I don't know I don't think I have it on here, but this is an awesome play. Tucker Kraft takes out the legs of this guy.
Tucker Kraft.
Josh Myers doesn't get to the second level, take out the middle linebacker. But when Aaron Jones comes around the corner, he sees Sean Ryan. When you see the numbers and the body leaning that way, you always go to where the butt's pointing, right? That's as a running back, that's where you want to go. So he sees the big hole. Problem is, Sean Ryan's trying to block 2 guys here, and he's got one for sure. The other guy's free because Myers doesn't get there. And then Jones gets tackled, but he breaks out of the tackle.
He breaks that one. God, he runs so tough.
Gets like 8-9 yards. But it's a really good play. And it just shows Aaron Jones' ability to read things and big holes and other things like that, which are all good.
And Bo might have been talking a little trash there, getting shoved a bunch, but he didn't retaliate. Smart.
Well, this is the Devontae Wicks touchdown. So you got 2 guys going Tucker Kraft in the flat. You got 2 guys in the end zone covering whoever this is up here. I think it's Bo Melton.
I thought this Bears defense was so good. Why are they doubling all these guys like weirdly?
I don't know, but it leaves a whole big giant hole over here for Wicks to go to. And this is the play where it's like, just drill that shit in there, Jordan Love. And he kind of wussies it, and it barely gets there in time. Look at okay.
Back foot.
I am done. I am done with this.
Yeah.
I'm so sick.
There's
no reason to do that. Look at it. And you wonder why the ball floated in the air for 25 years.
Step into the throw and put it on him right here.
You know, I saw Brett Favre highlight the other day. Yeah. And Brett Favre did throw off his back foot later on in his career.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was younger, he was just like just drill it like a freaking 1,000 miles an hour. Yep. And he did not care.
Well, Aaron Rodgers did too.
I know, but there is no reason for this. Look at how much space he has. He sees it now. He's open. Just drill it right now to here.
Yep.
I mean, make sure, look back in, make sure this guy's not coming, right? Make sure he's staying with the receiver. But there's no reason to be throwing that off your back foot. He needs to cut this shit out. I know I don't want to be a dick about the Love stuff, but it's like, come on.
No, but what you're pointing out is legitimately against a ball hawking team like the Cowboys, who have a lot of interceptions. You got to get the ball there. Like when you don't have a spot, put your foot down. You got to throw off your back foot. Okay, but when you do, like, step into the throw. Don't get into these bad habits. Step into the throw and make a strong throw here. Don't jump in the air and float it, and then it's that close of a play That should never have been that close. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
get
guy
it worked
beat by a mile.
I get it worked out, everybody. I get it worked out, but that does not make it a sustainable play for future success. It's just not.
Watch Aaron Jones on this play.
Shout out to TJ Edwards, by the way, who gets blocked by Aaron Jones here. Guys, former Badger. He's played awesome with the Bears at a leading tackler. He was great.
Okay, well, he gets picked up in the blitz here, so that
I
Love
know,
can
but
throw a
I'm just
perfect
saying.
pass.
Former
And
Badger.
watch Love on this play.
Yeah, there you go.
Gets into it, good base, throws to Bo Melton for a big gain.
He can do it, is what you're saying.
So right, like, and I don't mind. Like, he can do the crazy pass, jumping in the air, but only do it when you have to. Why do it when you don't have to?
Right. That's what Aaron Rodgers ended up doing later in his later years, where he was doing it all the time, and then it caused inaccuracies. Aaron Jones. His timing is so good. I don't know how because a lot of these blocks are like split second blocks, maybe a second the guys hold them for. But his ability to time the stuff upright it's something you can't teach, right? It's really impressive. His vision and timing above all his other traits, and his toughness. I mean, the dude runs very physical for a guy that's not very big.
I mean, he got 5 more yards right there against 2 safeties who sandwiched him.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's quick. He's agile. He's smart. I mean, football smart. People say he's not that smart off the field. I don't care.
He's pretty smart.
His heart is always in the right place.
Look at this mess. What's he going to do?
It's 4th and 1.
Get the first down.
And that's what he does. And the best part here's another thing I love about this play. Double team on this big fat guy. Double team on this big fat guy. How many times do we watch Matt LaFleur call a play where everybody flows to one side, and then guess what? The guy penetrates and we're screwed on 4th and 1, right? Or 3rd and short. This play, they double team the fat guy, move the line of scrimmage forward. Aaron Jones just seeks through and gets it. That's how you you attack this part of the field. We don't care about these guys on the outsides, right?
Right.
We don't care about them because we want to run the ball straight up the gut to get the first down. All we care about is this big fat guy, and maybe the linebacker, and that's it. And that's why this play works on short yardage, because it's not a stupid pull and crap, whatever. And Sims takes out the outside guy. And Jones, I think, is figuring out, I got to follow Sean Ryan on these running plays because he's just so huge. Like, just get on his butt and follow him, right?
Well, he was also bugged by a couple of the lofty throws, and David as well. They both noticed it. Again, it's just I love some of his lofty throws. Those are a couple things that bugged him too. So
yeah,
you're not alone.
Well, I'm not. I
I
like the guy. It's just
right.
People are saying like he's like the greatest thing of all time, and it's like he's got a lot of issues. He like not a lot of issues, but he's got things where like you don't have to go crazy. Just be a good, smart player. Like Tom Brady isn't trying to make it look cool. Just win the game.
Yep.
Just win the game. Make the right play. Get the ball to the guy who's awesome. Like, we have a bunch of awesome dudes who can get it when they catch it. But when Wicks is wide open by 5 yards and then you throw a dumb ball off your back foot, like if that wasn't in the end zone, it would have been maybe a 10-yard pass because the guy would have caught it. Then the guy would have caught him and tackled him right away. What if we drill it to him and he catches it 10 yards? Boom! He's gone for 25, 30 yards because it's a perfect pass and a drill, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just know what I don't know. You don't have to be cool. You don't have to make it look cool. But the problem is after the game, all I heard was, everybody's like, oh, these great passes. Oh, this crazy off his back foot and blah, blah, blah. And that's because that's what everybody wants to talk about. Fancy. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Just like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. See the blibbity floop flop. No, I don't care. I want him to be a good quarterback who's smart. And he is smart. And he does play accurately lately. When he sets his feet, he does a good job.
Yeah.
Keep it up, dude. Don't be trying to be cool just to be cool.
And don't turn it into a douchebag later on either.
Yes, don't do that for sure. This is the play of the game.
Aaron Jones!
This is Jason's play of the game.
Is it? Let's see.
Yes, hit it. Oh, yeah.
Is mine for sure? Is it Aaron Jones?
It's Aaron Jones.
Oh, yes!
This is it.
Oh, look at this. Hit that crease, Aaron Jones. Break that tackle.
Break that tackle. Run over those two guys. get the game-sealing first down.
And stay in bounds.
And the Packers make the playoffs because
And then
the
he's on the
Bears
ground.
can't stop the clock.
Got a bunch of grass in his helmet. That was a great
I know.
first down signal from him. That was awesome.
Watch Josh Myers. He gets the big fat guy
Josh Myers
right away. Like, watch Josh Myers. He gets the big fat guy right away.
Okay.
And not only does he get him, he shoves. He
I mean, I will point
drives
out
him.
he was the center who was initially the furthest forward in the whole offensive line. He's currently the furthest in the backfield, but that's okay. Let's just continue on. Josh Myers, his best play of his career. He's holding his ground.
It's
He's
the best play of his career.
He's also holding that guy.
He is holding him.
Okay. He stayed in his feet.
Stayed. That's Aaron Jones got the seal because of that Josh Myers block. Now, I'm not a Josh Myers guy, but I'll give him that when he does it right.
Josh Myers, my silent but deadly player of the game.
Was Josh Myers?
For one play. The game-sealing block, Josh Myers.
It might never happen ever again, but
Never
it
will
happened in this
happen
one,
again.
and it sealed the game and it sealed the playoff berth.
Oh, yeah.
You got to
All right.
say that's an oh yeah play.
Damn. I don't even want to get into any beefs. My beef is very quick.
Who your beef?
It's all the hype about Jair Alexander coming back, and he was going to have a new attitude, and he was going to be good, and he was going to this and that. And
beef it up, and then I got a video at the end.
Jair Alexander.
So go beef it.
Just sick of this guy.
You had the sound. You already put
Man, I got a beef to pick with you.
You want some beef or what?
Yo, what's your beef? Come on, man.
I don't know who that guy was at the end. Clearly not me. Anyway, point is, Jair Alexander is it's my beef. It's not just him though. Devondre Campbell was back in this game, Ben. He had 8 tackles, about
he did.
six or seven of them after giving up a first down or close to a first down by the time he made the tackle.
Yeah.
Jair Alexander was back. I know you showed a couple of plays where he did a couple of decent things, and that's fine. That's good, right? But he once again didn't make an impact. Didn't really make any tackles, didn't make any plays. He had 2 tackles in the game. One tackle was where Justin Fields scrambled in front of him, got a first down, and he technically forced him out of bounds after giving up a first down. And didn't actually have to tackle him. Actually, he didn't have to tackle the people on either play he got tackles for. And then the very next play, they threw a quick screen, and the guy fell down in front of him, and he touched him. And he got a tackle on that play. That's it. 2 tackles for the whole game. This is a guy who's the highest paid guy in defense. This is a guy who's been a huge distraction. This is a guy who has underperformed pretty much always, and who you can't rely on. You can't rely on him to be available, number one, in his career. And you also just can't rely on him to tackle or be consistently covering guys. And then the big myth is that he's taking away the number one receiver. No, he is not. He still does not follow. He's played up and talked about like an elite corner. No, one of the best corners in the league. He thinks he's the best player in the NFL. Other people say he's the best corner in the NFL. He's the highest paid corner in the NFL. If you had that, if that was reality, you bet your ass you'd take him and put him on all these teams who have a number one wide receiver, which the Packers don't, so we don't have to do that against the Packers. But all these other teams, like we're going to play, the Cowboys have a clear number one wide receiver.
Oh, yeah. You get a lot of targets.
The Bears have a clear number one wide receiver. You would say, you're man on him all game long. Go do your thing, buddy. And he cannot do it. And they can't even ask him to do it. Yes, he plays that guy some of the time, but plenty of times Carrington Valentine or other guys were covering DJ Moore in this game. He doesn't follow a single guy around, partly because the Packers will play zone, but also partly because he just can't do it and be successful. So if you as a Packer fan are going into this game and like, yeah, Jair's got CD, first of all, the Packers ain't going to do that. And if they did, it would be disastrous because CeeDee Lamb would chew his ass up.
I don't know about that. I think CeeDee Lamb is overrated.
Well, I'm saying CeeDee Lamb is pretty quick. He's pretty fast. He's pretty shifty.
He's
And
skinny though.
Jair struggles with all that stuff, and Jair doesn't tackle guys. So I'm just saying, like, if that were the case, so that's not what is going to happen. But can Jair Alexander? Here's the question: can he stop my beef or turn it around by having some sort of impact on this game? Because from the highest paid defensive player, from an elite corner, against a team that's going to pass a crap ton and going to pass to a guy a crap ton, which they also have to watch out for Jake Ferguson, by the way. Can Jair Alexander be a difference maker in this game? I doubt it, but I hope so. Ben, you got a video about Jair. Ooh, the title's not great for him, but what does this show? Is this plays from the Bears game?
These are 3 plays from the Bears game. That
his big game back after suspension, after he learned his lesson, turned his attitude around, is back on the team and ready to rock because he's healthy, he's refreshed, he's refocused, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I expected. If this was going to do anything from that guy, I need a guy who's going to be awesome and show me effort. And I didn't get that from him in Sunday's game. All right, continue on. That's my beef.
Sorry, I forgot to make it slower. So I'll put it half speed again.
So guy came in motion. He came with him.
Okay, hold on.
You're gonna back it up.
Yeah, we got to back up a little bit. Okay, so he comes in motion.
I'm sorry,
and he tells Valentine, "Hey, take him." Okay. See, and he's looking, and Valentine's looking inside. He hears him. Okay. And then the ball gets snapped. So while they're communicating, because Jair is telling him, then the ball gets snapped. But Valentine looked at him and was like, okay. So Valentine takes DJ Moore, who went to the outside.
On the outside, because he's on the outside. That makes sense.
And Jair said, hey, take him.
Yep.
So Valentine did what Jair told him to do, because he's a rookie. Jair's the greatest of all time in his head.
Right.
And then Jair proceeds to just cover Moore too. And nobody covers St. Brown, who we know sucks. And then Jair's still going backwards, and he's got this weird, like, I don't know what he's doing. Kind of weird, like, dance move. He looks like he's in Broadway or something. I don't know what's going on.
He's got jazz hands.
Yeah. And now you got St. Brown wide ass open.
Just sitting down.
Because Valentine was going to cover him. And then Jair's like, no, you got to cover Moore. And then, so Valentine went with Moore. But so did Jair. So whose fault is that? It's Jair's fault, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, well, here's the other thing. When he sees Valentine go with Moore, you think then maybe he would switch off and cover the guy that he should cover?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He still keeps running backwards. He's an idiot.
Wait, he makes his tackle, though, at least, right?
No.
Oh, that's right. It couldn't possibly be him.
It's one of Quay Walker's 8 tackles. But that was not Quay Walker's, or Devondre Campbell's. That's not Devondre Campbell's fault. That's Jair's fault. He just told Valentine to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now this play, you got our guy, Jair, on the bottom of the screen here. Okay, everybody?
Mm-hmm. Truth.
Now let's take a look at everybody else on this play. Now, he's far off.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be saying, ooh, this looks like an Irvin Fryer route. And you'd be right. It's an Irvin Fryer route with Moore. And Jair's supposed to be covering him, right? You look at everybody else here. We got man coverage with Owens. We got man coverage here. We got man coverage in the slot with Nixon in the slot. We got man coverage with Valentine on the top. We got Quay Walker as your spy. You got Savage, your deep safety, with man coverage.
Yep, that's man.
Everybody else stays with their guys. Now, this would be tough, but Jair should go with Moore. Now, he's not going to be able to get down here and do it, but he can stay up top here and do it.
Mm-hmm.
But he decides to just
stop. Let
Just
him go.
stop. And not be like, hey, cover him.
Not even attempt. Not even attempt. No effort. Just gives up on it. Well, he's already over there. I'm not gonna look bad by being so far behind my man that I was supposed to cover.
Oh, no,
right,
no.
I'm
He
gonna
doesn't-
back up and pretend like it's a different coverage here.
Yeah, except guess what? Everybody else is man.
I know.
Everybody else is man. And then Quay
Yeah.
Walker sees him flash in front of him, and he's like, oh, shit. But then he gets picked by the tight end. So then everybody's like, why the hell is Quay Walker covering more? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why? Because fans are dumb. But it's also, they're not that dumb. We couldn't see that play. We didn't know. I was thinking the same thing. And then they showed the replay, and I was like, oh, my God, I hate Jair Alexander. I freaking hate him. At least know if you're in man coverage and your guy does an Irvin Fryer shallow cross, you have to go in motion with him and stay with the guy. You can't just back off and let him go. You stay with them. You run across the field. Maybe you're 5 yards deep or 7 yards deep, but you follow him with his route so that turns into maybe an 8-yard play or a 10-yard play, not a 30-yard play. And then Quay Walker gets called out by everybody. They think he sucks. When it's Jair that sucks.
You clearly cannot count on him. Clearly.
Now, this play makes me mad for two reasons. When you're looking at it, it looks like you're playing man, right? Look at this. Jair is on the top of the screen. He's covering the receiver. Look at he's bump and run coverage, right? Bump and run. Oh, my God. Bump and run man coverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got bump and run man down here, right? This is all bump and run man, right? It looks like it. It's not. It's zone. But if Jair is going to do what he does on this play, he takes the zone. He does a flat zone. If you're going to do that, get your hands on the receiver and mess with his route a little bit. He doesn't. As soon as the ball snap, he backs up. And not only does he back up, what is he doing? Like, what is he protecting here? All Justin Fields sees is a white jersey. Like, this is not, like, I don't know what this is. Now, it's obvious they're actually in zone because you see everybody else in zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Quay Walker is over here, and he gets screwed again by Jair because instead of getting hands on the guy and slowing him down, like, watch, look. Okay, here's a key thing. Look at the bottom of your screen. Valentine is in the same coverage. It's the same route. It's the same route combination with the slot coming into his flat, and the corner and the outside receiver is going to go deep. And Valentine jumps the inside because he understands he's got safety help over the top. So he's got to keep his eyes on the quarterback and know that he has to get inside position. And if the ball gets passed to the flat, then you have to come back around and make the tackle. And if you get beat to the outside, it's fine. You got safety help. And if anything, Jair's got safety help even closer to him. But Jair gives up the inside on a quick slant, playing his zone. It's stupid. A rookie knows better than Jair on what to do in playing zone. Then, here's the part that makes me even more mad.
Then he drops him again?
No. The ball's, yeah, he drops him because he's, that's his zone. He's got to stand there and do nothing.
He's so unaware.
But here's the thing: the ball is already gone and passed, and he's seen it. He's looking at the wide receiver, or the ball, or both. He knows the ball's getting thrown there, and he doesn't move. He doesn't try to make a play. He doesn't try to help with the tackle. He doesn't try to break up the pass. He just stands there, even though he's looking at the ball. I'm sorry I'm coughing so much. Jair makes me so mad I just have to cough. What the hell is that? I mean, you're standing there watching the ball go to the receiver who is within 5 yards of you. You don't run that way. You know the ball's gone. We saw his eyes. We saw his helmet. Look at him. Let's watch the whole play in regular slow. Just watch Jair. He sees it. His eyes are on the quarterback. He just watches the ball get thrown to the guy who just walked past him, doesn't try to make a play, doesn't try to run over there, doesn't try to help. And now they're talking. See that? Now Jair and Quay Walker's like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? Pardon my F. And then I got some, I don't know. Here, let's just watch this real quick. This is a couple good plays by other guys. Because I had to put something good on after that because it made me so freaking mad.
Keyshawn's did some good stuff. Anybody else?
I got a Keyshawn play. I got a Rashawn Gary play. I got a Kingsley Enagbare play. I got somebody else too. I can't remember. We'll see. I'm just going to let it go and we'll just watch it.
All right.
Kingsley Enagbare. Once again,
unblocked.
Reads the handoff, makes the tackle.
Yeah.
He does it once a game. Way better than Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary just goes to the quarterback every time.
He plays it great because he crashes down and he tackles the guy, like tackles the ball carrier. You know, it's what when they don't block you, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Now the inside penetration helped make him bounce back, and that was from TJ Slayton right there. Got
that's
nice
good
penetration.
Stuff.
Yeah. That's what you want.
I don't remember what this is. Oh, this is Rashawn Gary.
Rashawn Gary in the bottom. Yep.
Rashawn Gary's going to keep his eyes on the quarterback. He doesn't get there, but he keeps his eyes on the quarterback. And then knocks the pass down, which saved them. I think they had to punt after that. So it's not getting a quarterback hit. It's not getting a pressure, but it's keeping your eyes on the quarterback. Get your hands up. That's something Zadarius Smith never did. We know that.
They're rushing.
Now, this play, I want you to watch Keyshawn Nixon on this play. Now, his job is to cover the tight end. When he sees the tight end block Gary, okay,
he knows.
Then he switches his eyes to the backfield, and then he sees the ball in the running back's hands and attacks and makes the tackle in the backfield.
Smart.
Because he knows my job as a tight end. He sees the tight end engaged in the block, so he shifts his eyes to the quarterback and where the ball is, makes a freaking play. Good play. Awesome play by Keyshawn. And this is the last play I'm showing. I don't remember what happened. I can't remember. But it was like the next play, so I just left it on. I'm sure it's good. Oh, this is Valentine when he should have made that pick, but he wasn't aware. So he got lucky. By the way, Gary with the good pressure again, but he goes way too far out. I wish he would stop going so far out.
The rest of the game, they had such good pass rush lanes, and you didn't give him that escape path, you know?
He did it again. He's got to push forward like he did on the play where he got the pass break, where he got his hand up and knocked the ball down. That was great.
Just keep collapsing.
This time he's trying to go around again. Cut that shit out, dude. Yeah. You're not that fast, and the guys always get an escape route because guess who's next to him? Kenny Clark doesn't do anything, get blocked by one guy.
Ooh, he's beat bad, but pretty good recovery here, and a bad throw. We'll take it.
Yeah, really bad throw. If that would have been thrown to the back of the end zone, it would have been a touchdown.
Yep.
So if that's Dak Prescott, we're screwed. But in this case, it was a good play. Mostly because it happened right after the Keyshawn Nixon play, so I just left it on there. But
Lee's here. Hey, Lee, he points out CD might have give us a hard time, even former Badger Jake Ferguson. Yep, they got to be aware of him for sure. And if we still had Rasul on the team, I'd feel better about Jake Ferguson not doing any damage if they wanted to play some man, but I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just hoping that Dak keeps his eyes on CD too much, and the Packers have a plan for that. He also said in the game against Chicago, Lee says he noticed almost every time the edge guys rushed past Fields, it was a positive play. Yeah. And they contained him. He couldn't do anything. And that's once again, the evaluation by a lot of us who said stuff about Justin Fields, even though now everybody's like, well, they got to stick with him. I mean, oh my God, and blah, blah. And all the people are, look what he's done and look what he's shown. He's shown you he's an incredible athlete, which we've all said. He's an incredible athlete. But he's not a good quarterback. Like, he had opportunities from the pocket. He doesn't see it. He doesn't anticipate it. He can make some incredible plays and highlight throws and highlight stuff. Like, he has a good arm. That's the weird part. But it's brain to arm processing what he's seeing or the whole field. He can't do it. And he's showing you that. It's not about he needs more experience. It's not about He was thrown right in as a rookie. It's not about any of that stuff. Some guys, some people can see it. Some people can't. And unfortunately, for some of these incredible athletes, as they go through high school and then even into college, they don't have to learn how to play quarterback from the pocket. Because they can just rely on their incredible athleticism and they beat the people at that level. But when you get here, you got to be able to anticipate. You got to be able to read it. You got to be able to see it. And Justin Fields is an incredible athlete who's playing the position of quarterback, but can't play it well. And other guys play quarterback and are pretty good athletes or okay athletes.
But the real question is, Wyatt has the key question.
What does he say? Did Fields have 2 gloves on? No, he had no gloves on this game.
That's why he sucked.
0 gloves. He's only good with 2 gloves on. The only quarterback I've ever seen that can wear 2 gloves and play better than when he does not have a glove on his throwing hand.
Well, I think it's time to get to the, because we won't be able to do a show. I don't think later in the week. Maybe we'll do a quick one. I don't know, but it won't be at our normal Friday nights because I'm busy working.
If you had your choice, would you hope the Bears gave Justin Fields a bunch of money and stuck with him, or drafted a new quarterback?
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
The Bears are
no matter what?
Yeah, they're going to stink no matter what.
Man. All right. How are they ever going to get out of the basement?
They're never going to. They're too dumb.
All right. What are we talking about? Cowboys? What do you guys think about Cowboys?
Let's get into the playoff game, everybody. We're in the playoffs.
Did he
Kurt
really?
Warner? Yeah, I don't know.
I think I might have a question. Let me see. Did I come up with any questions? Oh. Okay. I think I had that one. Oh, yeah. Packers are in the playoffs. Did anyone else think it was possible? Who thought it was possible? If you're in the chat still, you still stayed on this long, holy crap, over 2 hours, then you give us your thoughts. Did you actually, be honest too, did you actually think it was possible coming into the season or early on in the season? I kept the faith.
You and I predicted it before the season. I got the
That's
exact right prediction, 100%, which we talked about earlier in the show. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. We played it back.
Classic.
But also, if you ever, like I said earlier, you want to go back and watch our debate from the beginning of the show of the season, probably our best show of the season. It's very, very good. Mostly because I was right a lot. Jason was wrong, but that's okay.
Oh, that's why you say that show is so good. Okay, I get it.
Anyways.
All right, let me ask you this question. What's your biggest hope for the Packer victory against Dallas? What are you leaning on as keys to the game, biggest hope, why you think the Packers could win? What transpires?
Okay. I'll say this.
I know your first key to the game.
Wyatt says he doubted for a week after the Raiders game. I doubted when Rasul was traded. That was when I gave up.
That was when Gutekunst gave up too.
Who?
Gutekunst.
Bruin Gutekunst?
Oh, yeah, him.
Okay. Well, I ain't worried about him at this point. Though his draft looks pretty freaking awesome right now at this point for this season. Other than Lou Nichols, you're looking at a pretty awesome damn draft. Well, Grant DeBoles, you haven't seen him do anything. But everybody else, holy crap, they're all kicking it.
David says Packers show up. 34-31. They beat Dallas again. Is that an Anders Carlson field goal to win the game? A late field goal?
I don't know.
To really crush the Cowboy spirits? Go ahead.
Here's what I want to have happen. I think if the defense, I think we need to take the ball first if we can get it again. Because I think if we get behind, like let's say the defense stinks, we give a touchdown the first possession, we go out, we kind of piddle away and don't do so hot, and then the defense goes out there again and we give up another touchdown, it's over. We'll get blown out.
Why would it be over?
I'll tell you why. Because this team...
Because Matt LaFleur would go away from the run?
He would, yeah, for sure.
Even though it's early in the game, who cares? I hate that. It's dumb.
But these guys they're not supposed to be there. I mean, they celebrated after the game like they won the Super Bowl. They're smoking cigars and stuff. Now, I don't have a problem with that because I don't think the majority of people that aren't Packer fans, none of them picked the Packers to make the playoffs. Not a single one. Don't tell me that you think you could. Actually, well, I take that back because Chris, what's his face? Chris Sims did. He picked the Packers to make the playoffs before the season started, but he thought their defense was going to be awesome.
Right. That's what
Just
a lot of us
just like
thought.
you. The defense is not that great, but they proved. Here's the thing. I'm wondering how much of it is really Joe Barry suck, or does the defensive guys do stupid shit? Because we just showed you on the beginning of our episode tonight, when the defense plays together as defensive line and they play man coverage and they do all the they're awesome. I think these players aren't that bad. I mean, when they do what they're supposed to do. So maybe Joe Barry is the problem because he doesn't call the right stuff. I don't know. But he has been lately. They have been playing more man. People were wondering if it's Matt LaFleur who's doing it. But I would say that's the key, is I want to see the Packers get the ball first. The thing about the Cowboys defense is this. They have some pass rushers, especially Micah Parsons.
Who slack off a lot. Is he going to be very interested if you're running the ball?
He is not going to be interested if you're running the ball. He also is not going to be interested if you get the ball out quick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the two keys to this game, in my opinion. Run the ball.
Yes.
Get the ball out quick. So I want to see a lot of Tucker Kraft. I want to see a lot of Reed. I want to see some Malik Heath on quick comeback turnarounds because he's good at that. Some Dontavian Wicks on a slant or two. And then Aaron Jones running them all day. And I don't want to see anybody else out there. I don't want to see A.J. Dillon. I don't want to see Patrick Taylor unless Aaron Jones gets tired.
He's gonna need a couple of breaks here and there.
Yeah. Well, all I know is this. There is no running back who had a carry in the last game against the Bears other than Aaron Jones. The only other guys that got carries is Bo Melton. That's it. So 22 carries for Aaron Jones, 111 yards. Now, there was a time where he had 17 carries for 108 yards, and then they sucked. Then he had a really good, awesome run at the end. But those are the keys to offense.
Mm-hmm.
Quick passes. Run the ball. Make Micah Parsons be like, what the crap? I want to get to the quarterback. Because I watched the game where the Seahawks played Dallas, and the Seahawks got the ball out of their hands. The quarterback, Geno Smith, so fast. Boom, boom. Micah Parsons did nothing the whole game until the very last play where they had to force the ball downfield, and then Micah Parsons beat the snot out of the right tackle and got in there and made a sack, and then everybody's like, Micah Parsons sealed it like he always does. We're Except I watched him do nothing because I had him as my fantasy football defensive player. He gave me 2 points because he had 1 sack at the end. Otherwise, he did absolutely nothing. So use that against them.
Yeah.
The problem is the corners for the D-backs for the Cowboys are quick and they like to jump shit because they got Al Harris who's telling them jump stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's the only way he made any plays.
Right. So forget about those guys. Move your guys in motion. Take it to the middle of the field. Attack the linebackers. Quick. Put 2 guys. Make one guy do an in cut, one guy do an out cut. Force the middle linebacker to choose one or the other. Get it to the other guy. Keep attacking the middle of the field and keep running the ball off or just to the inside of the tackles. Because these pass rushers like to run to the outside. Just run it to the inside, just to inside of that. Those are the keys to moving the ball on offense. And then once in a while, do a play action and take a deep shot and whatever.
Yeah.
And you can do some pump fakes. Double moves are going to be good against the Cowboys. Because they like to jump shit. Okay, double move. Problem is you got to hold the ball longer.
Yep.
And then you're in trouble because Micah Parsons comes after you because he is a pass rusher monster.
Yeah.
But he also can get bored if you guys pass the ball quick. He'll get bored. It'll be good. So that's the offensive key. Defensive key. Beat up CD Lamb. I don't know who the guy can do it is. I think Keyshawn will beat him up. If he lines up in the slot, have Keyshawn smack him a couple times. Don't let him get a free release. CeeDee Lamb is a lot like Justin Jefferson. He's skinny, scrawny, wussy. Punch him. Beat him up. You got 5 yards to do it. Go back and watch Craig Newsome in the NFC Championship, or no, not NFC Championship game, but playoff round, wild card round against the 49ers. When Craig Newsome just beat the snot out of guys. Watch Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons beat the crap out of Brent Jones. He was laying on the ground the whole game. because within 5 yards, you could beat him. You could punch him. You could smack him. You could throw him.
Prescott doesn't seem to run as much anymore, so I don't think you have to worry about it too much with him, but a little bit.
But he does.
Well, if you can leave him a big open hole, right? But if
Right.
they keep more rush lane integrity, they'd be okay.
He targets CD Lamb so much, it's ridiculous.
A lot. Yeah.
So you got to double team him every time, which sounds dumb.
And not with Savage, because Savage doesn't really help.
Right. Rudy Ford. That's the other thing. The last time we played the Cowboys, Rudy Ford had 2 picks and played awesome. We need to play Rudy Ford.
It's not going to
over
happen.
Savage.
We're going to have Campbell. We're going to have Savage. We're going to have Jair.
So then we're going to lose. Then we're going to lose.
No.
We already don't have Rasul.
The offense can still outscore the Cowboys.
We need Rudy Ford.
The game. It would be nice to have Rudy Ford, but I don't think we're going to get it. So I'm going to say I'm with you on a bunch of it. I think obviously key is lots of Aaron Jones, run the ball. Aaron Jones has played great against Cowboys. He's had lots of success playing in Dallas. Feed him the ball. Good. Things will happen. Yes, I like what you said about getting the ball out quick and throwing those guys off, especially those pass rushers. And then I'm a coaching thing is just don't do anything dumb, Matt LaFleur, because there's a really good chance Mike McCarthy will. So let him make some blunders, and you just don't do the dumb stuff. And then the other wild card is the kicker. Now, their kicker has been crazy.
Really good. Their kicker's really good.
But he missed one here in this last game.
Yeah, but he's
got a crazy strong leg.
30 points.
Crazy strong leg. He didn't miss a kick until this last game, the last game of the season. So he's been very accurate. But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for a little funk for him. And maybe Anders makes Sarah a believer after this game. No?
Not the way Sarah's talking this weekend. She hates Anders Carlson. I don't know.
Don't hate him. He's fine.
She hates him.
He made almost 82% of his field goals. That's pretty good.
She had no faith in him whatsoever.
Man, you miss a kick here and there, and people just... I believe in Anders. He can do it. He's going to be fine.
David's got a good point. Don't try to run horizontally against Dallas. That's true.
Right. Run right at them.
They have speed, and they will catch you.
Right at them. 100%.
Double team the big guys and go right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. Take Micah Parsons wants to run past you to get to the quarterback. Let him run right past you. Maybe even just give him a little shove and then get to the next level, Zach Tom.
Ooh, Rudy
shove him.
Today?
I guess Rudy practiced. That's good, but I don't know if he'll play. But we all know last year Rudy Ford was the guy who saved the game. Him and Christian Watson, right?
Yep.
So it's exciting, though. I know this. Whether they win or lose, it's not going to matter. This season is a success. Jordan Love has proven multiple things that are good. He seems to be very smart. He seems to be able to read the defense before and after the snap. Only a couple times he doesn't do a good job on that. He seems to be fairly accurate when he sets his feet. It's just when he tries this stupid fancy crap that he throws either wobbly or wussy or dumb or off target. Got to fix that crap. Stop doing it. Now, if he doesn't stop doing that, I'm going to be pissed. But other than that, he's doing good. We found out that
seems to be a good teammate.
Great
seems
teammate.
To be doing things the right way.
Yep. We found out all the young guys that we drafted over the last couple of years, or even undrafted free agents like Keith, Ben Sims. I love these pass catchers on this team. They're all great. Josiah DeGuara will be gone next year. It's fine. He's kind of useless anyways. It's okay with me. See ya. And I was a DeGuara guy, but I watched this film this last time. There's one play where he's got a clear shot to block a guy and he just whiffs. And I'm just like, dude, come on. You got one. You're only in there for like 9 plays. Could you make him count?
Yeah.
You can't. So bye. See ya. But when it comes to other guys, we don't have to draft a single receiver or tight end in next year's draft. And we got like 1 million picks again.
Yeah.
So that's great.
You ready for a bunch of defensive picks?
Which we already have. Right. So the key question is, if they win or if they don't win, it's fine. I'm going to just let it go and be cool and excited if they win. I'll have to work right away because it sucks. But I'm just saying, if they lose, everybody don't freak out.
No. Even if they get blown out, don't freak out.
No.
But it would be pretty damn sweet to ruin another Cowboy season in Dallas and keep playing. That would be pretty awesome. Like, pretty awesome.
I think it's, and then they would have to play the 49ers, which is just Matt LaFleur's freaking kryptonite.
I know, but you never know what can happen. Give yourself a chance, man.
I honestly like, and the other thing is Joe Barry, the whole Joe Barry situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they play a game like this, and you're like, well, what the heck is this? Like, the last one against the Chicago, where they kept their rush lanes for the most part. They played solid, even though Jair is freaking screwing up crap left and right in the back end. You gave us some big plays there, but then you made, you played some good man coverage, and then, like even the play, like you said, even the play where Valentine got beat really bad, but because he's playing man, he's able to jump back and freaking knock the ball down, right?
Yeah.
Now, against Dak Prescott, that same play would be a touchdown because that'll be Ferguson, because that was a tight end. It'll be Ferguson in the end zone with a great pass and a touchdown. But I think this game is going to come down to two things. Is Joe Barry going to be aggressive with his guys and not worry? Like, just go at them. Let these guys go. And then Aaron Jones needs to be on the field as much as possible. There's no reason to save him anymore. This is the end of the line. He needs to be out there all the time because he's proven over the last 3 weeks that he is the difference maker. And he sets up a whole bunch of good stuff for Jordan Love later on.
He needs to win a Super Bowl as a Packer.
Well, I don't know if that's going to happen this year.
I know, but he needs to. He needs to do it. So it's either table setting this year for one final season, or it's make some miraculous run.
Yeah, but why only once? He still looks the same as he always has. Like, it's not like he's slower and sucks.
Because something will happen. He'll start to get some more injuries or something.
Yeah, well, the injuries are a problem, yes.
It always happens. Once you get, especially as a running back, once you get to a certain point, it happens. I don't know. And Goody's philosophy, give up on the guy before they get too old. So
I think I know. And I know he forced Donald Driver to retire, but they also forced Leroy Butler to retire. But those are guys, Leroy Butler, Donald Driver, Aaron Jones, the heart of the Packers in each era.
Yeah.
Okay. And because that's kind of where they butted, like when Leroy was leaving, then Donald Driver kind of took over as the heart of the team. When Double D left, it took a couple years, and then we finally had Aaron Jones. We had nobody who was the heart of the team for a while. And then Aaron Jones is the heart of the team. And we need to hang on to the heart of the team as long as we can. And I hope that what happens in this game, my hope is that Aaron Jones goes crazy and scores like 4 touchdowns again, like he did a couple years back.
Yeah.
And just looks like a monster. And just because on that turf, his weird angles and weird cuts and stuff mess up everybody. It's going to be awesome. And I think Jaden Reed's going to have an awesome game on this turf. And I think Wicks is going to have an awesome game on this turf. Those guys are going to love this stuff. And I'm excited.
So if all that happens, what's your score?
Well, if all good things happen,
David's saying 34-31, Pack.
I'm about there. Yeah, I'll say 30. I'll say 34-24. I think the Packers would beat them because if they get the lead, that releases the pass rush, and our pass rush has been doing pretty decent lately. So, and Dak's not the runner that Tommy DeVito or Justin Fields is. So if we get the lead, Mike McCarthy, he's very conservative.
Is he though?
Well, when he has a lead, he's conservative. That's the other thing.
He's conservative when he shouldn't be, and he's aggressive when he shouldn't be.
Right. So that's why who knows? You're right. It all comes down to Mike McCarthy, and the Packers are going to win if it comes down to Mike McCarthy. So Packers win 34-24. Move on to the next round.
That says too close to call. Otherwise, Packers by 10. I don't get it.
That's what I just said. 34-24.
Yeah, but he said too close to call. Otherwise, Packers by 10. All right. We'll just go with Packers by 10, Dad. I'm going with that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say, you say 34-24. David says 34-31. I'm going to say 38-24. 28-27 Green Bay Packers by 11 points on the road. They light them up. They do all their stuff. Aaron Jones is a monster. Anders kick some field goals. 26-24. Packers win. Game winning love touchdown. Holy crap. That's really calling a shot, Lee.
That's really calling it, Lee. Hopefully you're right.
Damn.
Hopefully we're all right.
I would love it. But either way, it's going to be a fun weekend. Lots of football on Sunday. The Saturday games, I'm kind of like, but the Sunday looks pretty fun.
Well, the ones on Peacock, I can watch it on my phone, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Plus, I'll be working, and I have to work at 8:30 at night on Saturday. I can't believe they scheduled me at 6:30.
That's dumb.
It's because the store closed at 7, so they're like, come in at 6:30. I'm like, I'll come in at 7:15 when the game's done.
Well,
like, don't you know that the Packers are in the playoffs? What the hell are you doing?
The Vikings, they don't plan their lives around that because
I know. I live in Minnesota. They're like, screw you. And I'm like, God dang it.
They're not usually there to, or they know their team's going to lose right away, so they're not.
Yeah, so they're like, inventory on the freaking, they're in the playoffs. Idiots.
All right, guys. Ben, thanks again. Everybody else, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the game. We will see you next week. Hopefully, we have another game to look forward to. If not, we'll have a fun season to kind of wrap up and enjoy. And then we'll see where we go from there. Take care, everybody. Be good. Stay good. All right. Have a good weekend and go Pack Go. Well,